Due to the ignorance of our host, parental discretion is advised.
Back, everybody, to the other side of the Beehive. Will Wonder is here.
Hey, just walked in. What's up?
Finally,
What's up,
dude. Hey, listen. My bad, dude. I'm eating. Go ahead, take over for 10 seconds.
Have you done this before?
No.
Episode 214, and you still fucking
I
unprofessional.
think it's 215,
215.
right? It is 14. You changed it? Oh, we're on top of that.
214.
It's a
Hey, by the
professional
way,
podcast
our
here.
next episode, 4th-year celebration, dude. Celebrate
4
good times.
years?
4 years.
Wow. How does it feel, guys?
4 years in this building, too. Because we only had, 9 episodes on your house?
Dude, I got that picture of the, big things are coming when we first took pictures when we had no idea what we were doing. The mics were all sideways. I had, some cheesy-ass fucking screen just on the computer to make it look like we knew what we were talking about. We had cords laying out on the table. None of that shit was relevant whatsoever.
At your house?
Yeah.
Is it downstairs or upstairs?
In the basement. And I look at the basement like, oh, damn.
Although because the basement was the OG, right?
Yeah, it was the OG.
Then
That's where
from
it
the basement we
started.
went upstairs.
Yeah.
That was the first. That picture
The
was
lost episodes.
The first episode, yeah.
Is that when you first kissed, or was that?
No,
we never
well,
kissed
we
on the
worked together,
mouth.
bud.
Rim jobs, but never mouth.
69,
Never. What do you think?
sorry, my
What do you think?
bad.
We're queer?
No, hey, I don't care one way or the other. I just didn't know if it was caught on film.
Hey, listen, you cancel this show the last 2 weeks or 2 weeks ago, so we haven't prepared anything for you. So who's gonna win the Super Bowl?
I canceled
And,
on you. I couldn't talk.
And
God forbid, God forbid I come through sounding like shit.
Are you excited for All Stars?
Can't wait.
What did you do? Did you go to every single thing?
I just went to all the stuff Saturday. It was a lot of fun. Did you guys go to either?
I went to
You went to the Salt Palace stuff, the
Yeah, yeah.
crossover. I was kind of underwhelmed with the crossover stuff.
Yo, I went to the heavy hitter event. I went to the RV fucking show.
There was 6 people there.
There was a Greg
I
Ostertag
bet it was
autograph
packed.
signing
it was packed.
booth.
if somebody went into there with I've never had COVID, and you left there, I'm surprised you didn't have COVID. It was
Packed.
We'll get into that.
When we-
Keep going.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, so crossover event, again, underwhelmed a little bit. There was stuff for kids, which, I get that, but
Yeah.
it seemed like a lot of the other stuff was just a lot of overpriced shit. And, And I wanted to go for more memorabilia stuff.
Yeah.
And it was very limited. And then went to Vivint around 4. Had the VIP service. You know what I mean?
Nice,
Alcohol,
dude. That's the
open
way to
bar,
do it.
food. You know what I mean? Prime rib, little chicken. Got to meet Gary Payton, Dominique Wilkins.
No way.
Then was nice and drunk and went
You
to.
met the glove?
Yes.
You met the glove?
He was cool. Dominique was super nice. But yeah, then Saturday night we had pretty good seats. Watched the skills, watched the 3-point, the dunk. My cousin Mac McClung. I'm sure you guys saw him.
Yo, is it true he's cousins with Riff Raff?
I don't know.
Brian
Did
told me
Riff Raff
this.
say that?
Brian told me. Can we look this up,
You
please?
can't trust Riff Raff.
Riff Raff, are they relatives? Riff Raff?
Riff Raff,
Riff
yeah.
Raff, and I can barely say the other guy's name.
Mac.
McClung.
McClung.
Jesus Christ. No, yeah, you're right. Because I went to the crossover, and yeah, I was like, here's the thing. I went with Brian,
Yeah.
and you all right, dude?
I'm watching him.
You seem a little fucking...
No.
Oh, yeah. Says Lakers and Warriors fumbled his cousin Mac McClung. I'll be damned.
Wow.
See? Shout out to Brian.
Shout
Brian
out to
just got
B.
his snip today.
Oh, good for him.
Welcome to the fucking...
I think I'm
Bust
going in
nuts.
March. Damn, it's probably way too soon. Next March, I guess, for March Madness. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always that, take 2 days off, or 3 or 4.
Oh, that's smart.
You're
And
gonna
just
do
watch. Yeah, hell yeah.
I thought you were thinking of another one.
No.
Hey,
Zero
bless your
thoughts
heart,
there.
dude. Hell yeah. but listen to this. I went with Brian.
Your heart. Like you haven't procreated already.
No, I'm like it's a big step, dude.
Yeah.
You should know this, Justin. So I went with Brian, and now Brian walked in. We went all the way around, and I was like, well, there's kind of nothing to do here unless you want to do, stay in line and talk to Gary V.
Yeah, that was random, wasn't it?
Gary
yeah,
V was there.
Yeah, he was like, fuck everybody, dude. And I was
Yeah.
like, all right, cool, chill.
Okay.
Yeah.
But also, Brian, he's like, we started walking towards where the rooms were, and Brian's like, oh no, this is the because AI was gonna be there.
Yeah.
And he's like, they're gonna talk about whatever. And I'm like, okay. And next thing I know, I'm following him. Next thing I know, I'm in the line to get in the room. And I go, you going in there? He goes, yeah. I instantly thought, well, Brian wants to sit down.
Poor B.
and I go, you really going in there? He goes, yeah. I was like, well, fuck, dude. I'll just see you around. Or text me when you're done. He goes, okay. And I swear to you, all I did was I walk around that thing 6 times, and I go, I'm done.
Yeah.
And I wanted to buy a hat. I wanted to buy, gear. It was so expensive. A regular hat was like 60, 70
Well, they're
bucks.
not regular hats. That's the thing. Like that, and that's the frustrating thing. I remember when it came here before, and my dad took me to the Salt Palace, or it might have been somewhere else at the
Was
time.
it the Delta Center back then?
Was it?
Yeah.
That event though. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's when it came out when I was a kid and we went to it at school.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
and
that's
they
when it was
had
out.
like, obviously they had stuff you could buy. They had things for people to do, but then they also had like cool giveaways. You know what I mean? And this was like, oh, you want a hat? Okay, $70. Oh, you want a T-shirt? Fuck, don't get me started on the.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I love the next day after the All Star's over. Hey, all the All Star stuff's 50% off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I ended up buying a hat, like a Lids or something. But it has the little thing, the little logo thing. I was like, I'm done. I'm like, give me that one.
Yeah, but all in all, the Saturday experience was really cool. Had a lot of fun. Went and saw my guy Pitbull afterwards. The
did you?
NBA after party.
Damn, dale.
Bro, you know what?
Killed
he puts
it, huh?
on such a great show. He has so much stage presence.
Cocaine.
And it's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, he's Cuban.
And he has a live band. He's got his dancers up there. It was great.
Ever hear fucking Pitbull talk about like living in Cuba and how it's like everybody wants our country to be what is Cuba? Cuba's
Like a
Dictator.
like not a territory, but
no, it's like the way their government is the
kind of like a dictatorship, right?
there's a word for it though, and I'm drawing a fucking blank right now. And
Jack, you're smart.
he talks about like and it's a certain political side, right? They're like, this is what we want. Like we want fucking can't think of the word, but Pitbull's like, are you crazy? He's all, go to China, go to Cuba and tell me how fucking wonderful our lives are.
Dude, people are screaming behind us.
That's a socialism.
Socialism,
state?
yeah.
Socialist.
Yeah, and he's like, you don't want that.
Oh yeah. Well, why do you think people are coming over in boats, like risking their fucking lives to get out of there? Like,
But I couldn't tell you one Pitbull song.
Yeah, you can.
yeah.
I got you. Que no pare la fiesta. Don't stop the party. Yeah.
I'm sure if I heard it, I might
Fireball.
go, oh yeah.
Fireball.
Or Kulo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know him.
Trust me. Trust me. You know, like
Kulo
6
was
of them.
out when you were out here.
I probably know the whole album. I just don't know it,
When
right?
you were out here fucking, Kulo was playing.
Okay.
When you're in those clubs, Kulo.
What's that mean?
You know what it means.
Culo?
Kulo.
Oh,
Butthole.
ass.
Your ass?
It means butthole?
Yeah.
What kind of fucking music you guys
I don't
jamming
know.
to back
But
in
you
the
know
fucking
what, though?
90s? Holy shit.
That's before he became like a
Kulo
huge
was his
thing.
first
and
album.
And it's Lil Jon too.
Yeah, it was crunk era. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember
dude.
that back
04.
then? Assholes were drinking out of gas cans and shit?
Hell yeah.
dude. That's right.
Crunk juice out of gas cans.
Yo, so a guy that was there, a guy that's, you remember the first one. Mm-hmm. You've been to this one. You saw, you didn't go to the game though, did you? No. But you saw everything but the game. Lackluster of a game,
Yeah,
right?
I watched.
You
I
didn't
watched
go to the last game?
scrimmage.
But what do you think as far as Utah putting on the event? Was it as disappointing as everybody says?
I don't think so. I don't know. Like, there was a lot of parties you could go to. There was a lot of after parties you could go to. There was a lot of different things that you could do. There was free stuff, like at the Gateway. There was a number of things you could do. So I don't know what else really Utah could have done. You know what I mean? And from a tech perspective, Ryan Smith did a lot of cool shit with that as well. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what people expected, but I thought it was fine.
Yo, Charles Barkley and fucking Shaq.
Well, I think
guys. Now I get it. We didn't have whores and prostitutes just walking down the fucking road.
There was. I'm assuming there were some ladies of the night that I. May have
I'm
saw
sure
at the
about it, but
venue.
I mean, this is not. ladies of the night from.
Maybe Barkley just looked outside his window. He's like, well, there's not a lot of fast food around here.
My problem with it was Shaq's like, I just laid in the hotel room and ate food service. I'm like, hey, Utah's not the reason your fat ass sat in your fucking hotel room.
But he's full of shit because he DJ'd. Yeah. He had a whole thing on Saturday night.
Yeah, he was a DJ.
DJ'd at the Union or whatever the fuck. I think so. Yeah. Yeah. So
it was just Brian was sending me the old
I think there's for those two, and some people like them. I think that they are still stuck in Utah in 1997, 1998 because it's changed a lot.
Yeah.
It's Salt Lake City.
Is it not me? But Charles Barkley has been well documented to always being like that guy that sticks up for Utah. Like from the commentary booth when it's on TNT, he's always like, "Yo, don't break their balls." Utah's a tough team, even when they suck.
I guess he's never been there.
I think the team, but not the city.
I guess so. Maybe that's right.
But there was so much to do. There was so many things going on. Even people from here putting on events. People from not from here putting on events. Like if they wanted to do something, they easily could have gone anywhere.
Yeah.
Like you saw Jordan Clarkson in the skills competition, right? He had been out a little bit late the night before.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you see him.
He was wearing that belly shirt, that fucking
dude, he cannot.
You see that thing?
Yeah, he can't do it wrong in my eyes.
Can't miss, can he?
Can't do it wrong in my eyes. I fucking love that guy.
Okay, well,
I saw Bangarang at the crossovers. Now you wanna talk about how busy the city was? This guy had 2 to 3 gigs every day starting. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. Every one of the top
Monday morning, he posted one. I think you know how like on Instagram now, you go through like your DMs and the profile pictures. They have messages now. So Bangarang's was no more parties in Salt Lake City, please. Like I'm fucking done. I'm partied out.
Yeah, but because they were he was. I think even Saturday he did crossover. He DJ'd at a regular venue. Then he did an after party, and then like the late night thing from like 3 to 6 in the morning.
Dude, obviously you don't have to answer this. You know that you know. How much do you think he makes? Like he's well known, but like for a gig that lasts us all weekend long.
It depends. He works. I don't want to get into his business, but he works for a company that puts a lot of these events on.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And I think his job, and again, not speaking out of school because I'm not 100% sure, but I think his job is to bring a lot of big acts here too.
Oh, okay.
So he gets paid from them, and he more than likely gets paid from these venues.
I fucked up his name a couple episodes ago, and obviously I know Brian caught it because I was talking to you, and I said, "Oh, so and so is a DJ friend of Dre and Justin and not Justin, Brian and Will, and he had Jordan Clarkson with him, but I said DJ Juggy."
Oh.
And he was Bangarang. I was like, that's on me. But anyway. But he was there.
Juggy did a lot of shit too over the
He was
weekend.
there and he was playing and he was like, "What's up, man?" Yeah. Like he barely opened his eyes. I'm like, "You all right, dude?" He's like, I'm leaving here in like 20 minutes. I'm running to do a party.
Yeah.
So all in all, it had the Will Wonder stamp of approval for an all-star.
Minus crossover. I feel if it comes back, there needs to be more done. Because number one, you think about all the families that live here, like $40 a ticket. It's not inexpensive. Yeah. You want the VIP, $100. Like, you should be able to get something from that that you can take with you. A poster, anything small that kids can take. Everything in that motherfucker was expensive.
I saw Kessler there. I saw marketing.
We were there at the same time then.
So what time did you go? Because
I got there Saturday about like 1:45.
Oh no, we were there like around.
But AI went on at 2:15.
We wanted to be there at noon because of Jordan Clarkson, and again, there was a line coming out on both ends of it, and then it went all the way to the end, and then he turned around.
Yeah, to get in.
To get in. By the time we left, it was like 20 people in the line.
Yeah.
Oh. But it was. Yeah, it's just like you said. It was like this. Like I've seen it all, and like I just went around, and I was like, "This is it."
Yeah, if you could walk around that thing in 25 minutes and like know exactly what was there.
Yeah,
it's cool for kids. Like my friend took his son, and he had a lot of fun shooting on the different hoops, doing stuff like that. But again, there was nothing that they could take with them to be like, "Oh, you went to that."
You know how Fanex does this when you pay for an autograph. And then you're waiting it. So you're waiting because you already pay for it. This one was like, if you see, well, like when I walked in, Kessler was signing autographs. But if you get in line, by the time you get to the middle of the line, his time is done.
Yeah.
He's leaving, and then some other guy that I don't know who he is, some Will Wonder guy, was like, well, who the fuck is this guy?
And then
You know what I
there
mean?
was nobody in line.
I'm the only one.
Angel and my dad. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Did you? This was so you didn't go to the big game.
No, I didn't go Sunday. I watched that from home. I didn't have the funds to do both, I should say. Very
So
expensive.
all those funds were just for the
all day Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, so that was the crossover. That was the food, the open bar. The seats were great. That was the after party. You know,
I saw pictures of you and the wife
yeah, we had a
on the
great time.
ground. Suns fan?
She's a Steve Nash fan.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Steve Nash only.
Like some white guys, though.
Yeah, she sure does. That can ball. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think she likes them all?
That can
What
ball.
the
That can ball.
I thought you said she likes them all. I was like, wait, what?
And then he's like, you know, what the fuck? All the white guys. What are you doing after this?
I was like, what the fuck just happened?
That can ball, Angel. Shit.
Steve Nash was a badass.
She love it?
Was. She loved it because she's a huge basketball fan too, you know. And
Yeah.
she was really good. She had a lot of fun, and she got more compliments on her jersey. Like
Nice.
it was just, oh my god, I love that. I love that.
Nice.
I was originally going to go in because Kevin Garnett's my favorite player all time. I originally had that on. I was like, went with the Penny Hardaway Orlando. Didn't get one. Like, oh shit, nothing, not a single. And everyone heard, oh my god, I love that.
By far, there's two pairs of shoes out there. And the Penny Hardaways, when they first came out, the only shoe where my parents were like, okay, we'll break the bank in. I had a pair of fucking the Penny Hardaways, the blue
Nice.
and black ones.
Yeah, like the foam
Those
posit
were
ones or the
fucking- ones that had the blue.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, they were fire back in the day.
Yeah.
Those ones, and the remember the Converse. What's his name? Grandmama, fucking Larry Johnson. Remember those ones?
Yeah.
Oh
My brother loved
God,
Larry Johnson.
man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
You don't remember Larry Johnson? Grandmama?
Well, I remember. I know.
Just not the shoes.
Not the shoe.
Yeah, they were
Speaking
fucking
of shoes,
sick.
look
And
what
when
you're
they were
rocking,
wore
huh?
out, I popped the shit out of them and got that green goo out of them just to fucking see what it was.
Same with my brothers. Yeah. After his was done, I was like, can I
You
cut
doing
that?
you doing that. You know what? You want to know what's one thing I haven't been able to step into when it comes to fashion? The socks.
Really?
Yeah.
They're comfy.
No, but because all my socks are white. But I kind of want to go with like when I want to dress a little nicer, I want to have like a different color of sock. But I don't know that pattern yet.
Just do the Stan subscription. That's my wife did that for me for like 6 months, and you get like 2 or 3 pairs of socks a month. You get to pick them out. They send them to you, and then after you just cancel it, you got socks for.
Do you do the ankles or you do the tall ones?
just ankles.
Yeah, because
Tall- I do tall ones for work.
I have hairy legs, and if I wear the tall ones, they itch so fucking bad because all the hair on my legs.
So all of your socks are ankle white.
Yeah, for my sneakers.
Oh wow.
I have.
For work, I go. All the
Dude,
way.
I just rock the Adidas. I have white and black ones. Just the ankle Adidas.
I have too many socks because they fucking always get
Or
lost.
pantyhose on the weekends, but that's about it. You know what I'm saying?
Pantyhose, yeah. Sure.
Yo, I have to state the obvious here. What the fuck are we wearing here?
Ooh, just some beautiful.
By the way, I wore this at my mother's house. My mother's house looked at me and she goes, "Oh, you work at the waste management?"
Wow.
I'm like, well, I can't wait to say that. It will.
Wow.
You should have had mine. You go, well, it speaks for itself.
I picked it up there.
As an FYI, I have a replacement hoodie here. There was some issues with
mine did-
some of the patches.
how
It was
many-
only some.
Yeah, mine was.
Is that where they broke on all of them?
Yep. Yeah. So that you have to, from what I understand, I don't make these, but from what my guy had told me was that each patch has to be cured a certain way and it has to reach a certain temperature when it's drying, or else that'll happen.
Oh.
And some of them didn't for whatever reason. And from what I understand, he has a couple guys that do printing. The guy who was over this one is no longer there.
Thanks, Will.
Regardless, my favorite hoodie.
I love
Yeah.
My favorite fucking
Yeah,
hoodie.
yeah.
And
Thank
it matches very well with a lot of the shoes that I have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at these kicks.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
They're very. These are like four. These
They
are like
look
5
good.
years old.
You keep them
Yeah, you
clean
keep,
pair
keep
of
them
shoes.
clean. I keep it clean, though.
Yeah, keep them clean.
You know, remember how I was talking?
hey,
remember how I was talking about I want to get into painting shoes.
Yeah.
It has become an obsession to me now.
Oh, wow.
So bad that I've been following this one guy who's
JSM
Marco.
Okay.
You ought to follow him on Instagram. I mean, he's done for Bieber. He's done shoes for.
There was a guy doing that.
I was bringing up. I think it's JSM Customs. I might have got that wrong, but
He
does
just
some great shit.
he does some badass shit. But he just basically shows you how he paints them. But he takes the shoes apart.
Yeah.
And then he goes in and cuts the patterns out of different fabrics.
Wow.
And then he's got a sewing machine, and he sews them back together. And he says, well, because the lines are already there, it's easy to follow the pattern. I've looked up the sewing machine he has, and I'm not even kidding you. I'm like so close to pulling the trigger, but I'm not that creative of a
Tell
guy.
me how much it was. Like it was like $20,000 or something.
No, it's like it's not cheap, but it's not ridiculous to get a good
Hashtag.
shoe sewing machine that does like purses and all that shit. But the way he does it is just I watch that shit for hours. Obviously, there's not a lot going on at work.
Yeah, you guys are a little slow, huh? It's a little slow.
There's many people looking for jobs. He's like, what about shoes?
Hey, have we filled those 28 backfills? Not yet. There ain't shit coming in, but
This snow is not helping. What do you think about my shoes? Look at this.
I like. Oh, yes, Michelangelo. I like it.
Now these are faker than Will Wonder's black card, but they still work. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know what that means. What's your budget on shoes, like monthly?
When I'm at work or when I'm
Slow
work?
down. We did slow down a little bit. You know they're not legit when they have a 44.
Yeah, the inspection sticker on the
Just
bottom.
rip that shit off there, bud.
That's okay.
Dude, they came in I should have brought a picture of it. They came in a box. Obviously, you bought shoes, so the boxes are like pretty rectangle. This one was rectangle too, but it was like that skinny. Like this ones were put the way they come, but like compressed. And it was just a regular box, and then
The 11-year-old Asian kid just jammed them shits.
you know what I did? I grabbed a Sharpie and I put a swoosh on the box, and I put Nike on the top. Now all my boxes are like regular size, and these fucking tiny boxes.
should have done Mikey.
Yeah.
Mike is this one, dude. You see what I'm saying? No, but I took this laces from another shoe.
How many fake pairs do you have?
These are it.
I had a dude that I worked with back in like 07, 08-ish. And he actually left our job, and all he does is sell stuff online now.
Yeah.
And he had they were fake Jordans. They looked so perfect.
Yeah.
And he would just sell them to us for what he got them for, but then sell them online for like 80 to $90.
Yeah.
The thing that got me into shoes, the first real pair of shoes I bought, fake as fuck. Shoes that I could never ever.
Yeah. When I
afford.
saw him, I'm like, well, there's no way. He's like, no, dude.
I mean, they're the Cactus Jack.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, but they're. I was like, oh, those are the shoes that I want. And I bought them from China. They didn't even come in a box. They came together like you turn them upside down and put them together in a
Ziploc bag.
And some asshole wrapped them in packing tape
Oh my God.
and put them in the mail with a sticker on it. And I got them like 3 months later. I was like, oh, but I mean, I still rock them.
That's what you asked. Yeah.
But I'll never deny it. I'll be like, oh, of course
they're
they're fake.
super
But if you look at them, they look
Yeah,
as
yeah.
legit as fuck.
Well, that's how this dude, his dad owned some company that would get these fake shoes, and he was getting them for $10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so if I could, this is when I, was fairly poor. My income was very low, but I could buy them. I'd buy a $10 pair of shoes and get 8 good wears out of them going out DJing. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But now I don't even buy shoes. Like, again, these are 4 years old. I don't know the last pair of shoes. I bought.
From what I hear, people don't give a shit unless you're that guy that's trying to resell them. Then
Yeah.
you're a dirtbag, right? But if you're gonna, if I'm gonna say absolutely, they're they're $2,800 shoes. There's no way I would have that shit on. But.
Shoe culture is interesting. No, there's no camping out anymore. It's all on apps, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
we
you
just-
get fucked by the bots, right?
I just went to I went to the mall with Brian yesterday, and there's a shoe store in a fashion place called Dow's, I think it is,
Yeah.
and they're original shoes, but every single one of them has like a one of these
QR code.
Yeah. And so you take a picture of it, and then it will tell you the sizes that they have and how much
that's
they
convenient.
are. And everything is they're all into plastic. They're all sucked into that plastic,
yeah.
that vinyl plastic, whatever it is. So there's only one shoe, and so you grab it and you do the thing, and you're like, oh, okay. But yeah, they're super expensive.
Yeah. I don't know how. Guys like yourself. I mean, you make a lot of money, I guess, but like regular folk, I don't know how they.
He's fucking rich, this guy.
Yeah.
This fucking guy.
Yeah, I know.
Look, you know what happened to me? and I don't know if I ever told you this. When the Lost and Founds came out, to me, I have to have Lost and Founds. Sometime in my life, I gotta have them.
Okay.
Right? Now, when they came out, I went for them, didn't get them. So then StockX instantly says, "Hey, we have them here, for like triple the price, but we have them." And so there's this thing on the StockX app that when you click on it and it tells you how much it is, and then you say review order, and it gives you the total amount of how much it's gonna be, and then you place your order. So it's those last two buttons you gotta do: review order and place order. So I was looking at it, and as I'm talking to Brian, I click on it. Well, that was place order.
Oh no.
Those were $450 shoes. And I looked at Brian and I said, oh shit. Long story short, that seller couldn't send them to me. But then
lucked out.
but then
they transferred to somebody else, right?
Yeah, they transferred to someone else. That someone else couldn't send them to me, so they gave me my money back.
Oh,
I was like,
lucky fucker.
motherfuckers.
When I bought my crafts, I bought the blacks and the whites. I got them both. But when I apparently didn't pay attention to them, I was able to get him in an 8.5. Yeah. So I got little feet, right? Mm-hmm. And when the whites showed up, they were 7.5. And I tried the whites. Yeah. I tried to put my little feet in those fuckers.
7.5.
Those fucking whites, dude. What size are you?
12.
You get a big old piece then.
Dude, Brian is 14.
A 14?
Yeah.
Get the fuck
Even
out
Shop
of
is
here.
13. He's 14.
What are you?
10.5. Just
Standard issue?
Yeah. Which is, that's like
the hard ones to find. 9s,
exactly.
10.5s. Because if I can, I prefer a 9. But I can squeeze in an 8.5.
So what did you do with those shoes?
I had to send them back. It was Nike, so they went right back.
Did you, your wife wouldn't rock them?
No.
No?
I've wore 12 since 9th grade.
God damn,
I've been this tall since 9th grade. I thought I was going to be 6'5", 6'7". Yeah, it didn't happen.
Is young Curry tall too for his age?
He's very tall.
Is he really?
They can look at certain things and try to guess how tall he'll be.
Like the size of a piece, they're always going to be huge.
7'5". My estimate.
Came out of your wife and they're like, well, you better start saving up for
Here it is, man. Good luck. Yeah. Yo, but is your wife tall?
She's 5'8". So
she's average, kind of.
But they were telling us he's going to be between 6'5" and 6'7".
Holy shit.
So we already got him. He's playing ball. He's coming along great. He's got his form down. He's dribbling. You know what I mean? He's 4.
Does he love it?
Yeah.
Does he?
He has a lot of fun. And
So he's a fuck soccer already?
No. He still likes soccer. He has his. Oh God, he's in so many fucking leagues. But he has a soccer game this Saturday.
Guess what?
Oh, wow.
We signed the little one up for soccer.
Nice.
Dude. We got her some cleats.
Nice.
Now she got her picked her own cleats.
Let me know
got her some shins.
That's gonna be my in, dude, with my nieces.
Ah, there you go.
Be like, hey, Uncle Ange knows how
They
to
don't
play.
like you though, right?
Oh, they hate me, dude.
Hate him.
They fucking hate me. I've been coming over for so many
Kids
years.
are a
they're
good
just like,
judge of character usually.
Hey, your son loved me.
He did.
He was. Do you remember that shit? He was all,
Yeah.
I mean, I've said this before, I know, but it's so fucking funny because they were about to leave because I was gonna do his episode, and
1 year ago yesterday, right?
1 year ago, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I said to and it seems like they do whatever it is for him. They're like, all right, let's do this so we can fucking
group
get out of the
hug,
house.
he's got- yeah.
And he was like, can we get a family group hug?
Oh,
And it is
sweet
so
then.
even his
He's
wife
got
is like,
his-
I guess. So they're
Yeah.
like, oh, hugging out awkwardly. And I'm just staring at him. And his son is like, is Angel gonna get in this one?
Like he is
We was
absolutely
like,
not.
I don't think he wants to. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, put your hands in your pocket.
Weird.
If If it had been me, ball.
Yeah.
It's like, no, dude. Hey, I will say this. I'll give you props for this, and walk me through it because
I'm gonna clip this part. You said give me props for something.
No, walk me through it because I think it's kind of cool, even though some people think it's weird. You let your kid, because I've seen it, paint his nails.
Yeah, whatever he wants to do. I don't give a
That's
shit.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
If I did that right now, he would shit himself.
Yeah, he's
That chrome.
he doesn't. I mean, he's done his fingernails before. Like my wife has done them because like she'll be doing hers, and he's like, "Can you do mine?" Or like his toenails. But yeah, I don't. It's whatever. I don't care.
It's one of my idols, dude.
Oh.
Jordan Clarkson, my idol. They all do that.
Yeah,
They all do
Mick
it.
Foley does it.
Mick Foley's never painted
Never.
fingernails. Never.
Next thing you know, he gets his toes done.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, keep going if
No.
it's the same
I was just
rotation.
gonna say I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
I have to ask because I'm not a sports guru, and I've been dying to have you on the podcast since this all went down to know, because I knew you could explain it to us. The whole Russell Westbrook. When a player decides to get, how does that work? So when a team gets him on a trade, and he buys out his contract, the Jazz buy out his contract,
The Jazz buy
or
it out.
another player or another team buy out his contract. So here's my question. That's what I thought. What's the upside to getting that guy if you know he's not going to play for you?
So
And it was not a cheap contract.
No, but
he's like fourth highest paid player in the NBA,
yeah,
right?
but he had 1 year left on his deal, which was this year. I mean, this year he would have been a free agent this summer.
How many years was the contract?
Initially, I think it was like a 4-year, but he was on the last year of it, right?
Okay.
So they negotiate a buyout. Now, the Jazz, from a Jazz perspective, the Jazz don't want to win too many games, right?
Yeah, because we got rid of two of arguably some of the better
best role
players we
players they
fucking
had.
had.
So
Beasley's
I like
him
both
and
of them.
Vanderbilt were the shit.
Yeah, they're both
Yeah.
going to Lakers, huh?
Yeah, and the Lakers have won what?
So
3 in a row?
what did we get in it? We just decided
A
to say
second-round
we're
pick.
going to eat a dog. We're going to eat
And
dog
a couple
shit.
of players.
We're going to give you two decent players that we may have been able to build a bench towards for next year,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to take the price tag of this guy.
Buy it out. It gets off of their books. They have nothing. They'd owe him nothing this summer. They're not going to re-sign him. It's interesting, the buyout market, because it happens a lot around the trade deadline. I think the Jazz's plan is they don't want to win more games than what they should.
So every time they win, Dan Ing's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean,
like last night.
Exactly. You think they traded, again, Beasley and Vanderbilt, two of their better rotation guys, and they still won like this last game, right? And it's like they want to have lower draft picks. I mean, fuck, they got what? I think 14 or 15 over the next 5
I
years.
think 14 from what I heard.
First round picks, right? And that some of those are other teams, some of them are their own. The lower that draft pick, the more valuable it is. And if they're going to package some things to try to get higher in the draft, everybody and their mom wants Victor Wembanyama. We'll see how he turns out, right? There's other really great players in this draft that I think players that will be great. But yeah, buying them out is simply like, okay, you don't fit our plan. We moved these guys because we have a plan next year, the year after, and the year after that. It's a weird thing to not really get much back. They got Juan Toscano-Anderson and Damian Jones in a second-round pick. Juan Toscano-Anderson's a really good bench guy. Damian Jones really hasn't found a fit anywhere. And in that second-round pick, it's just another pick for Ainge and Zanuck to have.
But that was premeditated, right? There was no way he was ever going to play
Oh,
here.
God, no. There was no
That's
way,
because-
right?
Because he
So
had
they
his problems here, right?
They said that they were, looking at all options. So there was a chance. Most people knew that he wasn't going to play here. Right? So he goes to the Clippers, takes less money, try to do something there. There's so many people that are out on Russell Westbrook. As far as a basketball player, even as a person, I don't really have any problems with him. I love his game.
When he played for
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma, he was
Yeah.
He's another fashion guru. Though.
He
Oh,
wasn't the
absolutely.
problem. He wasn't the problem with the Lakers. Now they are doing better, but they added a number of pieces that helped them do
Right.
better. I think he's a guy that really gives a shit, and he wasn't with what was going on there.
Right.
And we'll see how it works. I mean, they play tonight as we're recording this, his first game with the Clippers, so we'll see how that works out. But I really, really like him as a player. Like, you can just watch him and be like, he cares. Where a lot of guys, you'll see guys,
passionate about the
you'll
game,
see guys
yeah.
take plays off. When you need a bucket, he can get to the hoop and get it. His outside shooting isn't good by any means, but you know, if you can average a triple double ever in your career,
Right.
like, not too many people have done that.
I was just confused. Obviously, I'm still learning the whole ins and outs.
Yeah.
of the whole
Yeah,
game. And
it's
I'm
weird.
like, why would we do that?
Yeah.
Why would we throw money away like that? I know we don't want to win a shitload of games, but why don't you? To me, building a business, well, let's not throw everything away and let's kind of keep that in the bunny hole, right?
Yeah.
And
I think right now the most valuable thing to the Jazz organization is marketing Kessler and then all those picks. Because obviously they're worried. I don't think they're worried, but the Clarkson thing is up in the air. Who knows if he
Right.
comes back or if they want him to come back. I would think they do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting, the business of basketball and how certain things like that work out. Like, I mean, Pat Beverly got bought out, which I can't stand that motherfucker.
Who?
Patrick Beverly.
Beverly.
He was a Jazz man for about 2 weeks.
he
but
went to the Lakers, and now he's with.
he's signing with the Bulls
Signing
now.
with the Bulls, yeah.
Because he got traded from the Lakers. But, yeah, I don't think Westbrook was the problem in L.A. I think the issue is the lack of consistency with Anthony Davis. And then when that's your second best guy, like, you know, it's tough. But,
Marketing dropped 43 last night.
oh, he's,
Oh.
man.
43, man.
That game I watched. So I watched it later last night, and then I ended up falling asleep. I watched it today, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know it was gonna be this fucking good of a
good
game.
game. Yeah, it was a
One
good
one
game.
point.
Yeah.
And the fact that Kessler came, not only the block but the rebound, the
Yeah.
offensive rebound.
Yeah.
I mean, big plays for a rookie like that.
I know you guys are, you know, you had your
No,
allegiance to Rudy.
We've learned our lesson. We've learned our lesson because bar none, and my wife even says, she's like, "Well, what the fuck? Where was this guy at the entire time?" Like, well, you know, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
But even if you look at Markkanen and Donovan Mitchell, I looked at what they have points right now. Donovan scored 2 more points this
Yeah.
season over Lauri Markkanen.
yeah.
And I mean, for Walker Kessler to walk out and shoot a 3
Yeah.
and bang a 3. When
But
did you ever see Gobert show anything from 15
Yeah,
feet out
yeah, yeah.
and
He
ever
can't.
make it?
He's
I
just
was-
under the hoop kind of.
I talked so much shit on Rudy Gobert's game consistently because it was so frustrating. Like, he was such a great interior defensive player. And it seemed like he never worked on his game. Yeah. He couldn't get the ball in the post without dropping it. Kessler right now is more valuable than Rudy Gobert.
I remember listening to one of your apps, and you were like, "Hey, Rudy, just lift up your arm. That's what you gotta do." But is it looked at the same way when you're talking about Donovan and marketing when it's a different position?
I think
Because you just say, "Oh, he just scored 2 more points than our guy
Well,
now."
just
But
full wide for the season.
yeah, and I
He's
think you look
only-
at them as both they're the number one guys. Donovan was the number one guy for Utah. Laurie is now the number one guy for Utah. Donovan's having a good year in Cleveland, but yeah. Markkanen, I don't think anyone saw this coming. He was always a really good, like, middle of the road player. And then this summer when he was doing all the Euro Cup stuff, it was like, wow, he looks good. Even at Arizona, I remember watching him play ball at Arizona, and fucking Bill Walton every time announcing those games, losing his mind over Lauri Markkanen. And he was good in college, but then just kind of seemed like that guy that would be like 14 points a game, 6 boards, and just kind of a really decent role player. But man, he looks great.
I think it's safe to say that's the kind of guy that I hate this, but that Jazz fans,
Gravitate to.
yeah, absolutely.
seeing the sport the way you do, since you have since you study it, you love it, you have a podcast about it. What do you want to happen to Clarkson?
If I'm as a non-Jazz fan, I'd rather have him come to my Orlando Magic. But I think for the Jazz, it would be smart to bring him back. His numbers are interesting because he's going to have games where he doesn't stop shooting.
Right.
You know what I mean? But when he's on, it's beautiful. When he's off, it's like, oh shit.
Can I say this though? There's times when we need a clutch point, and he goes inside and almost gets himself in trouble.
Yeah.
And will throw a lot of passes away when he needs to get it away, or he'll fumble the ball. And I'm not saying that always, but it seems like as a Jazz fan, where I'm like, at the end of your seat, and you're like, here he goes, he's gonna take the game, this is it, and it's like, yeah, did it again, did it again. Did it again.
Yeah.
But I love the guy to death. I think was one of the marquee guys, an icon here in Utah, and we all love him. But it's just like sometimes it's like,
Damn it.
it.
I mean, the fans love him. He has really strong roots here. Like his brother DJs. I don't know if you're aware of Bear Clarkson, but he's in a lot of the clubs around here.
Oh wow.
And I don't know. For Utah, I think it's good to keep him. But if another team offers him more money, then it depends on what Utah has a plan. These rebuilds are generally like 3 to 5
or
years.
4 seasons, right? Yeah.
So, but again, I mean, you got these picks. I don't know. You never know what Danny Ainge is gonna do.
Yeah, because you could get somebody and throw a team 3 or 4 first round picks, right?
Yeah.
And then really score somebody through the drafts. I mean, you just never know.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
no
appreciate
problem.
the explanation.
Yeah. Yeah, and the buyout stuff, they, let's say Russ was $20 million owed left on his contract, which isn't the right number, right? They may negotiate it, be like, hey, we want you to be able to do what you want to do, and we want to do what we want to do. Where do we meet in the middle? Okay, we'll pay you $11 million. You're done. You go find something else.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Makes sense now, because to me, as I looked, I was like, this was his first year with LA, right? Second year with LA,
Yeah.
and I saw how big his contract. I was like, well, that's a lot of money, and even if we're talking on a yearly basis, I didn't know how many years it was. I'm like, you're talking a few $10-12 million, right? We're just going to throw that shit away?
Yeah.
Makes sense now. I gotcha.
There's going to be a huge. I don't know what's going to happen this summer. Like there may be a lockout. There's the CBA. There's a lot of crazy shit that's going to happen. A lot of discussion around like, okay, these players are taking all these games off. They're getting paid this much, and it's not good for the sport as a whole. Like, they talk about like family in San Antonio right now. I'll use San Antonio because they're like the second worst team in the league. Pays all this money to go see LeBron James play or Giannis or whomever, any top tier player, and he doesn't play that game. He sits it out. It's really messing some things up. So there's a lot of discussion around what do they do with that? Do they find a way to maybe stretch the season out slightly and not have so many back-to-back games, or do they shrink the number of games during the season, which won't happen because there's way too much money involved. The salary cap's going to go up huge because the TV rights deal is going to be out of this fucking world. So, yeah, this summer's going to be very interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, it is
forward.
frustrating. I mean, even as a Jazz fan, when you would go, it's been noted how many times has LeBron played here.
Yeah.
He never plays here.
Yeah.
Never.
The one time he did, Sundiata Gaines fucking hit the 3 to win the game. Remember that
Yeah,
shit?
that's right.
Well, that was
right.
the one time. Yeah, that game was nice.
The last time I saw the Lakers, that fucking guy was sitting on the goddamn bench. I'm just like, this motherfucker.
Did you see how he hurt his finger on the hoop? That looked so painful.
I hate when that happens when I go up and try to block somebody. Yeah.
Oh, this guy.
Fucking guy.
I can't even touch the net.
Motherfucker, you all you have to do is this. You don't have to go up there. Dude, your boy shot some hoops on a couple days ago.
You did?
Yeah, dude. I've been having the chance to go to the gym, so I went to the gym every week this week, every day this week, sorry. And I think the gym is doing this thing where instead of going to the front desk and asking for a ball, they just leave them in the court. So obviously I was, pumping some iron, and I look at the window and
Some plastic, some rubber, motherfucker.
fuck you guys. And then I look at the window and the balls are there and there's nobody in the court. And I was like, dude, it's been, I don't know, so long ago since
It's
I touched the
been
fuck. 1 week since you look at me. And I fucking.
How did you do?
Oh, dude, I was like.
They're coming, by the way.
I know.
They are.
Yeah.
No, I sucked.
Yeah.
First of all, that was the day that
Hey.
I did shoulders.
Hey.
I grabbed it. I swear to God, in like,
Airballed the first shot.
dude, I'm all, let's do some threes, and then I just grab it with the fucking the hoop is hitting my balls. So it was so bad, dude. I'm like,
Hey, you know what? I could smoke your ass.
Am I even in the camera? Oh, there I am. Okay, sorry.
It's actually bigger than
Okay, all right. I was like, shit, you guys are going to be talking to nobody.
Yo, I could smoke your
now
ass.
hold on, now you got me all fucking.
No, I'm there. My bad.
Are you sure?
There's like a thing over my head. Right? There we go. That's going to be some quality shit.
No, it's bigger. It is bigger than what it looks. So,
Anyway.
Well, I've heard that
yo,
before.
we should play a game.
Let's play a game.
You know, my guys over at the Lake Talk tried to get a podcast tournament going on, and
dude.
it
Those
just fell
fucking
apart.
guys, dude.
But I'm down to play whenever you guys want.
No, I'm just saying one-on-one. Me and this guy right here.
Can I announce it?
Absolutely.
Oh, that'd be so fun. Do like halftime interviews.
You're not talking much. Are you?
no, we should.
Put something
And
on
then
it.
soccer, you bitch.
Soccer?
Yeah.
I've never played soccer in my entire life.
I just told you how much I sucked at basketball. It was so bad, dude. I was
then-
like, fuck,
okay, we'll
dude.
do
Will will never ask me
Best
to
of
play with
3, okay? We both suck at basketball.
her. Yeah.
You're good.
That's not what you
You're
said,
good
though.
at soccer. No, I just know I could kick your ass.
Yeah.
Because I was in junior jazz quite a few seasons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes a
I was
whole
pretty
different.
good, man. I had the fucking Penny
Motherfucker, I play
Hardaway.
soccer in the little crickets in Mexico, all right, bitch? I'm taking to
So,
school.
basketball, soccer,
Don't sit.
and hockey.
Fuck you.
Oh,
This
there we go.
fucking guy, dude. No. Hockey.
Then maybe a home run derby.
It's content, right?
Yeah, exactly.
This guy's always fucking, we need good content. We need
And
good
then
contact.
baseball.
Yeah, that's why
I
I said
gotta have
home run
some
derby.
baseball in me, right?
run.
Because I'm Latin.
Yeah.
I pretend to be Dominican
Yeah.
and just fucking hit
There
the
you go.
ball.
How do they do it?
Puppy, dude. Little puppy.
Speaking of baseball, the B Stadium moving
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I just
Out
got me
to
the
fucking
way out there. Daybreak.
Daybreak.
Yeah. That little weird ass Pleasantville area.
It is weird as fuck out there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
you
a
go in
cul-de-sac.
that area and
Mother lives there. Shout out to Mother.
the apartments down there. It just blows my mind being out
I
there.
worked there
Yeah.
for 2 years.
That's good. What are they going to do with the stadium now? Is it just going to be like apartments?
Put a car lot there.
Yeah, probably. That's what I was
be
going to
honest.
say.
You know,
That's what I was
Lucky
gonna say.
You know, Lucky 13 is like, fuck. I love Lucky 13.
Yo, how cool would it
A
be to,
garlic
like,
burger. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Where?
Don't come around me.
Lucky
but yeah.
13.
I've had it. It's not. It's just. No, it just didn't blow my socks off like.
So
I
what's a
thought it
burger
would.
that's blown your socks off? Don't say Chili's, motherfucker. Jack, best burger. Get on the mic. Turn that shit over to you.
I like cotton bottom garlic burger
That's a good one.
I don't think I've had
That's
that.
a
yeah.
good one.
Haven't
I will
had it.
give you that one. That's a good one. You're right.
Okay.
on sandwich bread, bro.
Sandwich bread.
Yeah, but it's the bigger one.
Okay, well.
Jack Stan.
I don't know.
No,
Yeah, I don't know.
Jack's like, oh, it's the same.
Yeah.
What about you?
No, I love that. Lucky 13, yeah.
You know who else
1000%.
says that is by far one of the nationwide one of the greatest burger
It's on your
joints?
side.
My guy.
My boy BJ Penn.
Oh, there you go.
Every
guy.
time he comes to you,
guy
My guy. That's so funny.
Yo.
What's your go ahead.
I went to that like I was talking when you guys were out having fun. I went to the RV show.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, so
Talk
you
about
did
it.
have fun?
I went to the RV show. So first and foremost, the first thing I do is I walk in there. I look and it's, you know how big the Southtown Expo Center?
Huge.
It was the entire fucking thing. The entire fucking thing. And when I'm talking like RVs, toy haulers, travel trailers, all stuffed into this. And when I say they were stuffed in there, I paid attention to how close they were backed in there. This far apart.
Jesus.
Imagine taking $100,000, $200,000, $250,000 RV and getting them that fucking close, getting everything set out, opening the doors for them, and then people just coming in. This is the first time I've ever done this. And then people coming in, paying to kind of see the latest and greatest of these
How much
RVs,
is
right?
this?
It cost me like $12 to get in.
Oh,
Me and the wife. Went with some friends. So as soon as I get in there, I make the fucking hard left and I grab a beer.
That's what I was going to ask.
$14 tall boy. God. Mind you, right?
Was there alcohol at the crossover?
I don't think so. No, there wasn't. Because we had a little VIP lounge, and they're like, we can't serve alcohol, but there's sodas. I'm like, what the fuck?
Anyway, go ahead.
Well, you know, the RV show, they're serving alcohol,
hell yeah.
right? A fucking bowling
We got
top doing a gun.
the
They had guns,
PBRs, yeah, get your gun
flannel
over here.
jackets. Everybody got a fucking flannel jacket
hell yeah.
and a fucking beer, a Paps, right?
Yeah, PBR, one of those logs that you can just start on fire.
And I got there as soon as they... A Yule log.
How would you like your steak, sir?
Well, we got MAGA hats and shit.
Those are a lot cheaper nowadays, I hear.
No, have you seen the new ones?
No, I haven't.
Oh, the new ones are even more ugly and bigger, right? Stop Make America Great. They're the entire house.
now they
they're
got
like
flat
no,
brim.
they're entire, and they are. They're flat brim, and they're
brim.
entire the fucking hat.
It just says, burn this bitch down.
So
They
you see
stole
these-
it.
You see these 70-year-old white guys that got this flat brim fucking big ass fucking MAGA hat, right?
Throwing up
No
M's.
more snapbacks. We're going back to flex fit, motherfuckers.
Oh,
So-
God. Anyways.
I make the left. I get a beer. We start in the corner because you know when it's a maze,
Yeah.
right? You start in one end and you go through the other, and basically we just went because
I'm good.
we just wanted to. Our trailers new, but we wanted to see like
You just
decorating.
recently got it, didn't you?
Yeah, we've only had it 6 months or so.
Yeah.
We just wanted to see kind of some ideas when we take it out and about, decorating ideas. The wife was all about decorating and everything, and
Nice.
I walk in the first one, and I'm like, yeah, this is a nice one. And my buddy's in the market to buy one. And then it clicks to me what's really going on. I'm like, oh, this is a rat race. In 1 hour, it was so fucking busy that there was a line. Like you guys were waiting for fucking autograph.
Gary Vee.
I'm waiting with my hands in my pocket to walk through a trailer.
Oh, my God.
I don't know if you guys have ever been into like a trailer. They're not
It's not a
they're
lot
not
of room.
huge,
Yeah.
right? Even as nice as they are, there's not a lot of room in it. Every one of those motherfuckers that I walked up, I'm watching the people go into it like fucking ants, and they're all grabbing that fucking handle on the side, pulling their fucking
Coughing and
noses
shit,
in.
picking
Yeah.
their noses.
The
Yeah.
justice in was
And
noticed.
so I put my fucking hands in my pocket and I just kind of mumble in, and we get in, and it's wall to wall people like we're getting ready to see Little John or fucking Petey Pablo.
I knew you were fucking when Pitbull School was out. Fucking Yin Yang Twins, Petey Pablo.
I don't want to see you not grabbing the fucking handle, just going.
Every white fucker has a beard like this, right? Fucking this BO
America.
sweaty fucking
Yeah.
disgusting smell. And there was a number of them in that we got in and kind of took a look at it. And some motherfucker rips a bomb in there and cropped us. Everybody, bad enough that when we were in there one time,
Oh my
the salesman, the poor salesman,
gotta
is standing
sit in
in
that.
there. He's like, oh, and he's looking for a way out, but there's 30 people in this 6-person trailer. He can't get out fast enough.
Oh, my God.
I would tell you what, they've come a long way since. I mean, we've looked at quite a few of them,
And
but
Justin's like, I bought that trailer. Someone farted on.
my trailer was there. My trailer is the newest, latest, and greatest. And
there you go.
I was like, oh, it's the same thing. I will tell you this: they're all the same. It might look different from the outside.
Yeah.
They're all the same when you get in and actually look at them, but you can drop $250,000 on one of those trailers,
Yeah.
and they're nicer than my house. It was a pretty crazy experience. We went to a Red Rock eatery, had some burgers and shit
love
afterwards.
some Red
It was,
Rock Brewery.
it was a pretty good place to eat, but
They got a good burger.
yeah, the entire time I was freaking out because it was just they're so close and there's aisles where everybody's going, but it was not a good experience.
That's tough.
And tomorrow I'm going to go to the off-road expo, and it'll probably be the same fucking way.
Did they have any random like old wrestler signing autographs? Because I
No,
swear that's
they
always
didn't
what
have
it is.
anything like that. Hell, meet fucking Chip and fucking Diana from fucking do-it-yourself houses or whatever. They
Oh,
didn't have
okay.
any of that kind of
No,
shit there.
okay, yeah.
I was a little disappointed.
That's
But
hot, dude.
what is her name?
I think it is Diana.
Joanna Gaines.
Or Joanna. Yeah.
And Chip Gaines.
I think she's hot.
She's hot, huh?
She's a little hottie.
But
you know you're
she's-
getting older
she-
when you watch like the home shows and you're like, yeah.
Dude, she's
You know who's got a badass show about home rebuilding
that
and
chick
shit?
from the fucking Teen Mom show.
Oh,
Wait, never
that's a
mind.
home wreck.
Go-
it's a totally
just
different
ignore,
home
Just
that they're
ignore that one.
redoing
when I said
there.
that.
That was called Backdoor Teen Mom.
No,
Go ahead.
Vanilla Ice.
Oh, really?
He has
for
a
him.
show about
But he does like mansions and shit.
remodeling. Yeah,
Oh.
but he's got like his taste on like colors and stuff.
Rick
that
Van
it's
Winkle?
pretty fucking cool.
Rob.
Rob Van Winkle.
Rob
that's right.
Van Winkle. Yeah.
Good for him. He
It's
went
pretty
from
cool. Have you seen it? Have
being
you watched that
extorted
show?
from
I have watched it before.
Suge Knight to that.
It's fucking cool.
I haven't seen it, but yeah.
How obsessed?
And every now and then he's like, "All right, yeah, we're gonna do this. Word to your mother." I was like, "Come on, dude, shut the fuck up."
At least do Ninja
Yeah, look,
Rap
the Vanilla Ice project.
Go Ninja, go. Was there anything cooler when you were a kid?
Oh shit!
go.
But he was doing the dance with all. And he only had black people with him up there, right? Because that was he was the cool white guy that got to hang out with all the black people.
Just so everybody says, "Look, I'm accepted." Like, all right.
Remember when he did that metal? He did
Yeah.
that metal album. I thought that shit was badass.
Of course he did.
Of course I did.
So white. Just kidding.
Couldn't name any of his songs.
Speaking of shows, I just started. Now what time is it? Because I'm a little late. I just started watching Breaking Bad for the first time.
Holy
That's
shit!
another
Really?
show I've
I've
heard.
never watched it before. I've never watched it, and I was
were
like,
in for a treat.
fuck, I'll give it a fucking. I watched the first episode. I'm like, okay.
it's
the
great.
second. This is on a Sunday. The third.
Yeah.
The fourth. The fifth. I'm on season 2 now, and I'm like, if anybody's just
seasons?
like me, huh?
How many seasons?
5.
Doable.
As
Doable.
anybody like me, you get into bed and you turn Breaking Bad on, and then I realize where I've watched it's 12:30 and I have to
Yeah.
be up at 5:30 in the morning.
That
It's
shit's
just
so
like, oh
good.
fuck, I can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
I
you
didn't
watched it?
realize it was that good of a show.
Oh my god!
I had no idea.
It's my favorite series ever.
Really?
Yeah, by far.
Because that's one that I've heard that it never let down.
No.
Like, because like some people, we talked about it last episode. Like the latest season of Yellowstone, you're not a fan of
I
it.
was not a fan of it.
And some people said the same thing that I've heard. Not that I believe them, but said the same thing about
Kardashians.
Game of Thrones. No, those are I haven't seen the last one. This
So,
one
yeah,
is
the last-
no ye in it.
The last season of Game of Thrones was a little bit of letdown.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, see, and so, but I never heard anything bad about that one.
I think it's because they everything was perfect. Every episode kind of had you hanging.
Yeah.
And again, I think it is 5 seasons where, like, I love The Walking Dead, but Walking Dead is when what like
As soon as they killed
episode-
Glenn,
good.
as soon as they killed Glenn,
just
I was
finished
done.
it.
That's
just-
what brought me back in, and then I was like, then it got lame again.
I just finished it a couple of weeks ago, or a few weeks ago, and so they finished the main one.
Okay.
And they're coming back with like 3 more shows.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Yeah,
dude.
I
I
stopped.
could barely handle this one at the end.
I'm at where he goes on the disappears and they find him naked in the grocery store. I'm there. It gets better.
It's so good.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
This shit is so good.
Can't wait.
Wasn't that guy, bitch? He's not that guy. I like that guy.
Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah. But
I
what's
don't know his real name.
Paul, or some Chris Paul? No, that's a basketball player.
Yeah.
He's Paul. He's Paul something.
What's
Jesse
your
Pinkman.
if we were not talking that one? What's your favorite series that you binged and couldn't get enough of?
I enjoyed The Wire for the most part.
That's one I've never watched.
Never either.
Never
Pretty good. I didn't watch it when it was going on.
Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul. Sopranos was good.
Sopranos.
Yeah. What do you watch, Angel? Besides the Kardashians.
The
We already know that.
Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, my mother-in-law loves that. No bullshit. She does love it.
I fucking love it, dude. It's so good.
Thank you, Will.
It's so good.
Sometimes there's that perfect. It's just lingering out there, and then
always-
this guy
there's
comes out of right field.
There's
and
always-
just says,
there's
"Oh
always-
yeah, my mother-in-law enjoys
There's
it."
always that people who's like,
Of course,
oh,
she
I don't know.
quilts
It's just
too,
fucking.
and
It's
she's going
all,
through menopause, but she really likes that one too.
hey, bitch, you're the one who watched The Masked Singer. Give me a fucking break.
I have kids. For
Yeah,
God's
fuck you.
sakes.
You told me you
I
liked
have
it.
kids. I do like it. All right. God damn it, I do like it.
Dude, I go to our fucking list in our Debo.
Debo?
Is it Debo? Tebow.
Tebow.
Oh, I was like, Debo's the guy from Friday.
Pedaling his bike down the fucking.
It's all fucked up and cross-eyed. You did not
gotta
good do
look
that.
there and
You
do
did
it.
not good do
Do it there. Let him see.
Debo, I'll knock your fucking eyes straight.
That right there is the thumbnail to the episode. A picture of Friday and this motherfucker doing deep.
Yeah, for real.
No, fuck, what was I going to say? No, on our list, because, you know, Brian records all the fucking wrestling. Of
course, yeah.
But now there's like,
BET shows,
there's like
right?
5 wrestling shows.
There's a lot, yeah.
But I keep asking, I asked Brian, because every time I go to one, he's got like 3 episodes of that one show.
Oh,
And I go, so Brian, are you really watching every single one of them, or you just watch the latest?
Yeah.
And you know what he does now, which I didn't know they had? Wrestling has a fight companion.
Who
What do you
doesn't?
mean?
I don't know who. So fight companion is what Rogan does when they when they
watch.
Yeah. So obviously you can talk to Brian about this, but he watches the show and he's listening to his phone of
okay.
guys that are kind of like podcasting at the same time it's going.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, dude.
Wow. Dedication. Is he going to the event next month?
Oh, sure he is, right?
House show week before WrestleMania. Let's go, baby.
Oh no, he wanted to. So he said he
Saturday.
wanted to do it at his house again. You guys are
Oh,
down.
Mania?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm always
Did you
down.
hear that, Jack?
I felt it.
There was some I saw.
Yeah, Jesus.
What was it?
It's a vacuum.
Sounded like somebody had a fucking chop saw out there.
Chop saw or vacuum?
Wait, that was here, wasn't it? The train?
No, it was
It was there.
They're getting ready to have the. This is why we're doing this early.
Yeah, Zumba, he said,
We're
right?
about to have the Brazilian samba dancing
those
out here.
7 is when they start?
Those ugly chicks in underwear.
6:45.
Wow.
So we'll. I mean, we'll wrap up.
I mean, if they're not here, fucking, we'll keep going. Last time we were here, remember when the drums were happening? When you listen to the episode, you can barely hear it.
It wasn't bad. It
But
wasn't
here
bad.
it's like, holy shit.
When I record at Dre's, every now and then there's Zumba.
Oh,
and
downstairs.
below it's like, holy shit! It shakes the room, but you
Yeah.
can't hear it on the episodes. So
How's your YouTube going? Right?
going great.
You look good on there.
Thank
by
you,
the
sir.
way.
It's one thing I'm. So I released today, Friday, the what is today? 24th.
I am gonna watch it. So is that? It's also audio. Or
Correct.
just-
So what I'm doing is I'm releasing an interview, right?
Okay.
On YouTube, and then I'll put that audio on the following podcast, like at the end of the podcast. The audio only at the end. So it might be 2-3 days later. It might be a week later.
Okay.
But it's going really good. I'm having fun. I'm learning a lot about editing video because I'm editing the video. I have 2 different cameras, messing
Yeah.
around with all that shit, messing around with Premiere Pro, which is like a pretty decent learning curve when I'm trying to figure out different things. YouTube is a fucking joke.
That's my next step, dude. Do you deal with that program?
Yeah.
You do?
It's cool once I feel like I have somewhat of a grasp of it because the first video I ever released was the Halloween episode I did with Dre and Danielle and JD Allen, and that was fun to edit, but it was a little more simple because I had both cameras and you could just see both of them. All I had to do was add effects. This one I have 2 different angles where I'm like going from like this and then I'll cut to this one and then I'll cut back here and then I'll zoom in on them, zoom in on me. So it's it takes a lot more time.
Now,
But it's fun.
Let me ask you this as someone that like edits like our clips or whatever. When you do that, like the effects that you're talking about, do you have to watch the entire thing
I already know where stuff is at.
to know where?
Well, I mean, because I have to edit everything anyways. Like I have to edit the whole thing.
Yeah.
I have to add the audio to where it needs to be, match that up.
Yeah,
but then with the 2 camera angles, I'm going through everything. So like, for example, if you had 2 cameras here, one here and one here, when
Which we will.
when I'm talking,
Yeah.
I might just have it just on me. When if this camera's on you guys and say Angel's just talking, I would have it zoomed in on him. If it's both you, I'll have both. You know, it's just different. I'm trying to make it look slightly different. But yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's been a lot of fun. And I think the more I do it, the quicker I'll get with it.
Yeah.
But those little clips, I'll watch and be like, I'll write down. I have a little notepad. I'll be like, all right, 4803. This is the clip I want to use.
I am interested in listening to the E-Rocker Lips.
That was a lot of fun. He opened up about a lot of stuff that he hasn't really talked
that
about
last
before.
clip you put up about him talking about the radio, that was kind of interesting because
Yeah.
he was the guy,
Program
main guy.
director
Yeah.
at U92, and it's funny because he's like, you know, the biggest thing with radio is that people complain about is I hear the same shit over and over, and he's like, do you think I want to hear it too?
Absolutely.
But it's like it's all a business, and the people who run the business, they look at ratings a certain way, and they, especially in hip hop, don't really understand like what people want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a weird thing, and I think at some point, I mean, who knows what happens to radio? Like really happens to radio,
Right.
But yeah. But yeah, E-Rockalypse. I had one last week with a local rapper named Glocko who does a really great job.
Guy's name right.
Yeah, going from yeah, we had a fun time doing that. Going from he raps in English and Spanish, and he's very fluid with it.
He's boy with the Beans and Rice, huh?
Yeah, yep,
Yeah,
good friends with
that's
them.
how I've seen him.
I have one coming out sometime. I'm trying to space them out, so probably like 10 days from now, with a director named J.D. Allen who's done a lot of horror films.
Oh,
and he's doing a
nice.
lot of cool shit here in Salt Lake City.
I think I've seen him with the OGs.
He wasn't on the OGs, but people who worked with him were.
Okay.
But yeah, because he played football. He got a scholarship to BYU, left BYU, played for the Bengals for like their summer or their camp,
Yeah.
and then did some music for a little bit, but started directing, and he's done some cool stuff. And then I have some other people that are scheduled that'll come
No,
out.
you had him, right?
JD, no. This was my first
I
time.
don't know why that name sounds familiar. Dre had him?
Dre had him like probably 2 years ago on U92. But yeah, really good guy. We had a good conversation. But yeah, right now the E-Rockalypse interview's out, and yeah, we went into a lot of different stuff, and it was fun. There's a lot of nerd DJ talk in there too. So
Yeah.
like some people will be like, "What the fuck?" But
So are you making your own clips then, your own shorts and
yeah. It's a lot, man. But I once I'm done with school April 28th. That's it. You know what I mean? It's like a release date
Finally
from
a
fucking
lawyer, huh?
jail. And but once that's done, it frees up so much more time, and I feel like I can get a lot more creative with it. Right now, between that, the podcast itself, school, family, trying to like be healthy.
Young Curry, dude.
You know what I mean? Trying to get my future first round draft pick
That's right.
ready so I can retire in my
vasectomy.
50s.
Your vasectomy.
Next year, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, next year. Never mind.
Yeah, it's a little too soon, March, but yeah, but yeah, it's. But I'm, I love. So subscribe to the Will Wonder Pod YouTube. I would love that. All the fans of the other side of the Beehive.
Yeah,
that'd be
all
great.
6 of them.
There's at least. Oh, my boy. Hold on, I have a question
Oh,
for you
that's right.
guys. My boy Alberto, who once I came on here has not stopped watching.
Oh,
He's
hey,
a big
shout
fan.
out to Alberto.
I need to pull up his question for you. He sent it earlier. Okay, he said, all right, can you tell Angel
Of course.
que valas verga?
Que vales verga. Yeah.
I know what that means.
Yeah.
And then he said, ask him if he knows where I can get tacos de chivo in Utah.
He has the whitest Mexican.
No, I
He's like, well, usually I make a mayo, like I'll get white bread and mayo and some ham.
usually I
has to
go
be
to the-
Wonder Bread.
Damn right it has to be Wonder Bread.
No, but I can find out. I can find out for him
Yeah.
because I know people that
Okay.
dig that shit.
His family owned a really good restaurant in Murray, and they recently sold it. And I'm blanking on the name right now, but damn it. But yeah, so now he's just looking for spots to eat. You know what I mean? He just had his second baby. Shout out to Alberto. But he is a big fan of your guys'. He texted me out of the blue, and he's like, I've watched these guys every week since I think the second time. Not the time I was on with Sebastian, but the time afterwards. So
Shout out to that dude.
yeah.
A real fan, dude.
Right on.
That's the one that I told you. Remember one time I was like, shout out to Alberto, and I said,
yeah.
it's the guy you're having an affair
That's
with.
right.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah. Okay, I got you now.
That's him.
I got you now. So now that you're doing the video, does it? Obviously, you say it takes a lot longer to kind of sit down and edit it. Are you a lot more selective in using your time for podcast interviews than you were before?
Yes, like, so I'm selective in who I'm having on for those interviews.
Yeah, and that's what I get.
Yeah. Like, I don't mind having people on for the audio because that's very quick and simple. And, like, I still have guys come on and talk sports or what have you. But, like, if I'm going to sit down and do an interview, then yes. Like, he was bitching at me
No, I
yesterday.
wasn't.
Okay, let's be real. He sends me a text, right? Of 1 year ago, it was when we did the interview with him and talked about his life. We had a great conversation. He met my family. We broke bread at my table.
That's right, dude.
You know what I mean? And
Give
then
a
he was
family group hug?
like, and yeah, you've been on the Beehive 3 times since, which this is my third, and that's very correct. But I said, you've been on my podcast twice since then. And you've been on, right? How many times can I do an in-depth interview and talk about your life?
I'm kidding.
You know what I mean? And then he was
This
upset.
guy,
No,
this
you know what I
guy,
mean?
Hold on.
he's
We all know-
Feed me. I
Feed
need
me more,
feed
feed
me
me
more.
more.
Give me more.
You know,
Like,
first of all,
This
hold
guy
on.
lives in a Kardashian life.
First of all,
Yeah.
attention whore. I'll be the first one to admit it.
Hey,
Yeah. There we
I
go.
love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Social butterfly.
Also, every time I go and I prostitute myself, it's because of the sake of this goddamn show.
There you go.
Right? No, but I understand what you do because
Yeah.
because he was like, yeah, well, you're more than welcome to come here and talk music and sports. I'm like,
Yeah.
I gotta go shovel snow, dude.
Yeah. And he was like, well.
No, as I was shoveling the snow in my I'm freezing my balls off and sweating at the same time.
Yes.
Because it snowed like a motherfucker.
Bullshit.
All I could think of was, I wonder if B busted out that fucking snowplow and Angel just sat and watched him look at it.
I tell you what, so funny you say that.
Yes.
Because it was starting snowing the night before.
Right.
And we knew that it was gonna be a bad one. So I know that he has to take his kid to school. The schools, all of them shut down.
Yeah.
But I said to Brian, I said, let me know when you're out there cleaning so I can help you. I figure even if you bust that fucking machine, I could just spread salt or whatever. And so I remember being in my room, and it's like, that's how I do it.
Brian's doing all the
I
work.
fucking
Call me when you're done. I'm gonna go finish Handmaid's Tale.
I'll South Bay it is. No, but hold on. So, but then I get out and like I'm in my room and I'm watching TV and I'm like, okay, so it's 11:30.
In your chones, right?
Yeah, for sure. My lingerie. And it's like 11:30, and it was like, he hasn't called me or anything. And I'm like, and I wanted to, like I say, I've been going to the gym every day. I was like, I really want to
that's a
go.
good workout,
I really
yeah.
want to go to the gym. And I said, but I don't want to run over all that snow. And I'm like, fuck. It's like, whatever. And I get out, and I see that the door is open on the garage, and I go out there. All clean, dude. I was like, why didn't you fucking tell me? And he goes, oh, it's all right, dude.
Did you not hear the snowblower?
And it's not that I'm sleeping or anything. I just
Didn't hear it.
didn't hear it.
That whole time he's out there freezing his balls off. He's all that lazy fucking Mexican. Just
That's
fucking
what I
sitting
said
there.
last time, motherfucker, when I was doing it. He was
Well,
watching me.
you guys can say that to each other, right?
Exactly.
And that was from your perspective. I didn't say that. I never said that.
He's like, I'm just
I
reading
thought
the.
that hard-working son of a bitch out there doing his just duties.
Yeah.
No, I was like, dude, let me know when you get it, when you're out there. And he goes, okay. And next thing I know, he's.
Do you have a snowblower?
No, I have a electric snow shovel that works up to 9 inches, and we had
electric?
18.
Yo, electric snow shovel.
It just throws it. It's like a snowblower, but just small. I enjoy shoveling because it is a great workout. I didn't enjoy shoveling 18 inches of snow at my
So
house.
here's my problem, right? It snows, right? Everybody knows my wife works at night.
Yeah.
So in where I live, you're not allowed to park on the street. I don't know if that's everywhere. You can't park on the street during November to March. Where I live, that is it. You cannot park on the street between 10 and 6 a.m. They will ticket your shit, and the second time they'll tow that motherfucker, right?
No wonder why you're
Jesus.
like. No wonder why you're like Cuba's government.
Sounds great.
Well, that's the problem. It's because the government ain't doing it for you, right? So you've been to my house.
Yeah.
My driveway maybe fits the truck.
Okay.
So I pull the Audi in. I pull the work truck in, and then there's the Dodge. By then, the entire fucking driveway
It's taken.
is basically taken. So I'm like, well, I really don't need to shovel a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Because quite frankly, you can't get between the vehicles.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to shovel grass.
Yeah.
You're only going to do the concrete
Yep.
and shove it up, get
I
it
agree.
over, right? So the wife leaves, it starts dumping. And all I do is I'm just sitting there watching it, just dumping. I'm like, man, I need to get out there. I need to get out there because I can tell you at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning, what's she going to do? She's going to come home. You think she's going to stop on the street,
Yeah.
get out and shovel?
Yeah.
Fuck
What a
no.
dirtbag you be.
She's going to run over that shit, right?
Yeah.
And make it even worse for
Make
me,
it
right?
ice and heavy. Yeah.
So I'm like, it's got to let up. It's got to let up.
Oh, dude.
Midnight, it's dumping up
Yeah.
at my place. And when I say we got 2 feet of snow.
Yeah.
It snowed at our house. And I thought, well, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to shovel it and then shovel it again. And I'm not going to wait for her to get home. So lo and behold, she pulls right in that fucking driveway, that big ass fucking truck. By the time I get out there, I get the phone call. Hey, you know what? Fuck you, Davis County School District. Don't call me at 5:30 in the morning to tell me there's a 2-hour delay when the kids don't even need to be there for 3 more fucking hours. Right? If you're going to fuck everybody that way, don't have the kids go to school at that point, right?
Did
Give
they
me
go
some
to school?
2-hour delay.
Wow. Everything in
They're
Salt Lake was
hardcore.
like,
They're hardcore. They're like, well, we're gonna have a 2-hour delay. Have the kids there at 10:45.
The
I'm
bars
like,
by the house shut down, too.
imagine if you're a single parent.
Oh.
The school calls and says, hey, by the way, you're on a schedule. You've got to work perfect with your work. By the way, it snowed like a motherfucker. We're going to delay it 2 hours. Don't bring your kid
Yeah.
at 8:45 like you're supposed to. Bring him at 10:45. Then you got to call your work. And your work's like, well, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
It's not our problem. That's your problem.
Yeah.
So I go out there because I have to take the kids. So my job said, do not drive. Work from home. So I was able to go out there. I'm out there in them fucking badass, those big ass tire tracks, hitting the goddamn ice out here.
Yeah.
The shovel breaks.
Ooh.
The fucking shovel breaks
been
in
there.
house.
I've been
and
there.
I'm okay. I guess I'll grab the fucking square mouth shovel that square mouth shovel and try to get this shit out. And as I'm making a path, and I think I'm doing good, that piece of shit snow fucking
Yeah,
plow
plow.
comes back and puts a mountain in
Yep.
front of my driveway. There's no way the car could have got out there. It was awful. It was just one of those days. The garbage was supposed to be dumped that day. The garbage
no.
was covered in the fucking fuck. I'm done with winter.
Yeah. No, I hate it.
I'm done with winter.
I hate it.
I don't know anybody that says I love winter. That's what.
I don't want to call them.
Well,
If you want to
you're
go.
right. You're right.
I don't want to call them weirdos, but the people that enjoy skiing,
there's one out
they
there.
love it. Right. Like they take off
Yeah.
work. They take 3.5 hours to go up the canyon and then ski. You've been to my house.
Yeah.
You know I have a 3-car garage. I got the biggest
Well,
driveway on the
I didn't
street.
see the whole thing. Just what the butler showed me where to go.
Exactly. Yeah. But I mean, you saw the outside. 'Cause you pulled up. Shoveling that was hell.
What city do you live in?
Hell. West Jordan.
Well, they got dumped on.
So I
they
got
dumped on.
18 inches.
Yeah, they got dumped on.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I'll just use this snow shovel. And it's like, 2.5 hours it took me.
What about you,
It's like-
Jack O'Lantern? Do you get how much do you get?
Ours was more the wind had just like caked. Just
Yeah, yeah.
was
The drifts.
Snow drifts?
Where do you live?
Plain City.
Where the hell's that?
It sounds far
Middle of
away.
nowhere.
Okay.
Sounds far away.
Middle of nowhere.
Sounds far away.
You come all this way to hang out with this piece of shit every Friday?
Hey, these.
Sorry.
These.
No. I love this
No,
guy.
he did it right. He did it right.
God bless you.
He does make the trank, and God bless
Yeah,
this
I know.
guy right
You know
here.
what? Today, this is how bad I feel because we moved the episode 2 hours in order to make this happen. And I texted him and I said, it's like I'm afraid of texting him. It was like, hey, just so you know.
Even over text, you're typing it in, right?
You know, I'm like, hey, just so you know, we're gonna move this 2 hours, but it's okay if you can't come. It's fine. Don't worry about it. He's
How
like,
long does it take to get here?
Depends on traffic. Usually like an hour.
Holy shit.
He's a gangster.
Yeah, that's
this
good.
guy.
and yet he doesn't go because his throat hurts. Fuck out of here, Will.
I couldn't talk. What are we doing here? Talking.
The
Can you
NFL
imagine?
has a sign language guy.
Yeah,
You're not
dude.
fucking
You're like,
show. What the fuck, man? Come on, we thought we were dedicated here.
I only know a few
Truly dedicated.
different sign language.
Shout out to your nemesis, Modest.
Modest.
Are you still playing basketball with him or not really?
I haven't played with him. I've been play on Sunday mornings.
What about your boot camp? You guys still going? When are you guys,
well,
when are
as
you guys
soon as-
planning on start?
Yeah, so we were hoping, I talked to Dre 2 weeks ago, Dre and Seba, and we were hoping March 5th, which would be next Sunday. So it depends. Like, as long as it's 40 degrees, we're down, and you know, we can actually run on the field. So it's either going to be the 5th or the following Sunday. Are you going to come out this year is the question.
Well, you know he's not. I'll try. Remember last time he was like,
He says he's not, but I'll try.
dude,
It'd be great content for the pod.
I would get out to that track, and I'd put shame to all of you guys. I'd be like the Kenya guy out
get the
there.
fuck out of here.
Fucking running around
When
that
is the
track.
last time you
Holy
even
shit.
run?
That guys. I run my mouth every day of my fucking life.
It's
Gets
fun,
my heart
man.
going.
It's fun. I mean, just come out once and see
Hey,
if you like
have
it.
2 daughters and tell me my fucking heart doesn't.
Yeah.
Look at this. Oh, on the way down here, I'm driving.
dude, can I be there
I'm
for the
driving.
game?
I'm driving on the Audi. I'm all. There's fucking, and I just got a haircut today. This makes it even worse. I'm looking in the mirror on the freeway. I'm like, this fucking gigantic fucking curler of a gray hair coming from my eyebrow is just out there.
Your curb filler?
It was like a cat whisker. Just out there. Like, don't get too close to the wall and shit. And I grabbed that motherfucker and pulled it. And that, the fucking eye water. I'm all over the fucking road.
Don't you hate getting older?
And when I pulled it,
Fucking sucks, dude.
you know, you
man.
get one of those, you're like, oh. And you don't want to let it throw it or let it go.
Yeah.
You're like mesmerized by
Yeah.
like, I cannot believe
Dude, you know what
I have this thing.
You know what I fucking do
It's like
now?
that one right there.
I know, dude. I fucking nowadays I'm like every now and then I see my face and I go, okay, I gotta shave this over here.
Yeah.
So I grab and sometimes get my mustache like trimmed, and so I grab the thing and I'm a, and nowadays one of the steps that I do before I let that go, I'm gonna take the cap off. I'm gonna
yeah.
in my fucking ear.
You get the
dude.
ear.
I
You get
hate it.
The note. Like,
So
I got
bad.
I got the, and you're like, oh god, oh god. Getting older's crazy.
It fucking sucks,
the
dude.
first time in my life, last week, I bought something to help with my beard because it gets so dry. Right. I bought a face wash, a moisturizer, because I'd wake up sometimes and be like, oh fuck, I work from home.
Yeah.
Go up there, work, go downstairs and look in the mirror and be like, what is this?
You look like one of those fuckers at Thunderdome. Mad Max at Thunderdome.
Exactly.
You got fucking dust on
Because I don't see my wife and my son.
Your
and
fucking
I'm like,
face looks
damn.
like the salt flats.
Yeah, no lie. And then now with the YouTube stuff, and I do close-ups, I'm like, I can't look that. How did I go out? Like, post-COVID, I'm in my house, you know what I mean? And I'm like, that whole time I was, bless my wife.
Oh,
Fucking
God bless her
my
heart.
wife. Because I'm over here looking like powder with baby powder on his face. Beard's all unkept, dry everywhere. And I'm like, damn, I'm getting ugly.
It is a motherfucker getting old.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. I get in. It's so bad here. I'm so gray on the sides. And I remember my dad. It was like, I saw him one day. And he was like,
Who the fuck
my
are
dad.
you?
And then the next time I saw him,
Then he went
'cause
for cigarettes and came back 20 years later.
I don't see my dad for a year. You know what I mean? But we're supposed to have a good relationship.
That's why you have a good relationship, because you guys don't see each other.
He just went for pizza and cigarettes, and then he never came back.
This motherfucker looks like Ross Perot. For God's sakes. His ears have grown. His alcohol, he's got the alcohol nose.
Why is that? Do ears never stop growing?
The
Because I swear
nose
to
and then
God,
the ears
mine
never
is.
stop.
Never
And even
stop.
the balls, right? I mean, yours are way ahead of your fucking age.
When they find my body buried in the ground, they'll age me like, oh, this motherfucker lived to be 130
Yeah.
years old because my balls.
Look at the testicles
it's like
on
the
that.
tree. They'll count the fucking rings in my nutsack like 3 times.
Oh my God.
Oh shit, I'm sweating now.
Oh fuck.
Oh, Brian just sent me a text. Like I said, Brian just got his snip today.
Yo, you doing anything fun this weekend there, Mr. Will Wonder? Douglas?
This weekend, we're taking my son and my in-laws to the University of Utah women's basketball game against Stanford. University of Utah women's number 4 in the
they're
nation.
killing it this year.
Very good. Stanford number 3. That's at noon. Obviously, this will come out afterwards, but that'll be a very good game. My son has his first indoor soccer of like season 15 at this point on Saturday. And other than that, man, I have some papers I have to write for school. I'm going to start editing the next episode. That'll come out in, 10 days or so. But yeah, try to work out a little bit. I'm going to play some ball Sunday morning. But yeah,
Hey,
that's
shout out to Utah. It's the first state that has a girl football, high school football team, right?
high school.
Yeah, isn't it high school or younger than that?
I know they have a semi-pro.
No, these are. I think it's just high school.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, the first
I
one.
didn't know that.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I did see that. I saw that last year on the news, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
This is the first time. But also, we got huge fights next
John Jones.
Saturday.
John Jones is coming back.
Next Saturday.
Yeah. The
Fourth?
third or fourth, right?
The fourth.
Big fight. Big fight. It'll be interesting to see what. Obviously, John Jones has had. I think we're going on 2.5 years on the layoff for John Jones.
Wow.
Cyril Gahn's been pretty active. Once Francis Ngannou basically just got let go of his contract, he relinquished the title. So now they're fighting for the heavyweight title. This is John Jones's first fight at heavyweight. Probably where he should have always been fighting, but he's the greatest. He's the greatest ever. Regardless of what you say, the asterisks and the steroids and all the bullshit, he's the greatest. He's the GOAT. If you ask me personally, I would say GSP, different era, but as far as all around, John Jones is the greatest. This would be a big test for him, but I think this was almost a match made in heaven for the UFC and John Jones for him to get the title. UFC's kind of on a rocky road now with the Dana White,
I wanted to ask, after you talk about this, I want to ask you.
the whole thing kind of, there's some rumblings. MMA is kind of, they say MMA hit its peak and now it's starting to kind of fall. That's why the last few cards have been just outstanding cards. I mean, they're just trying to get the viewers back into it.
Yeah.
My opinion, John Jones will have the heavyweight title, and I hope that we do get to see the Francis Ngannou fight one day. My guess would be as soon as he gets the title, they'll bring back Stipe Miocic. They'll fight. I have a hard time believing that Stipe will be able to beat John, but who knows? Heavyweight's different because you're one shot lights out, right?
Yeah.
No matter how good you are. And everybody that fights for the UFC is the top of the food chain. Top 5 guys can all beat each other on any given day. So it'll be interesting to see the rotation of the fighters that go through. I think this is good for the UFC, for John to be back. He's a huge fucking draw. Them bringing Conor and Michael Chandler into the Tough House, I'm excited to see that. There's some cool stuff happening in MMA right now.
What did you think about? So I listen to Ariel Helwani every now and then. Are you familiar with Ariel?
Absolutely, I am.
You like him?
You know what? I have mixed emotions about Ariel. Do I think he's one of the best MMA journalists out there? Top 3.
Okay.
Maybe even top 2. Maybe even top 2 right now. He has a grudge with Dana White that goes deep. Now, this all started when he released all that Brock Lesnar stuff when it should have been kept quiet.
Yep.
So I can see why Dana White's so bitter about him, and they go back and forth, and Dana White said some pretty shitty stuff about him.
Yeah.
But I will say this, when this all went down about the slap, Ariel kept it to if we were to scale this on like hot salsa, mild or
Yeah,
medium,
yeah.
right? He kept it right at the mild. I
Yeah.
think he could have went hard in the fucking
I think
paint,
so, too.
but he kept it kind of very professional, which I
Yeah.
thought was, hats off to him for keeping it that way.
The one interesting thing I heard from Ariel was like, because Dana White was like, if I suspend myself, UFC is going to be hurt. But what Ariel had said was like, there's so many people that help run this now. Dana, if he's gone for 3 months, it's not going to miss a beat. What do you think about that?
Who do you think the most, who do you think the biggest, excuse me, who do you think is the most prolific individual in MMA? And I'm talking fighters, everybody. Dana White.
yeah.
Dana White. You have a promotion where Dana White and Joe Rogan are the biggest names. They're not even fighters.
Yeah.
Where can you say that in any professional sport?
Well, maybe after, because Connor really doesn't do it anymore, right? Like Connor, as an outsider who doesn't constantly watch it, I know Connor more
At
than I
one
know.
time. At one time,
Sure,
right?
sure.
But if we're talking about the longevity
Yeah.
of the whole sport, you think Roger Goodell is a more prolific individual than Ray Rice, right?
Yeah.
Not even that.
Anybody.
Let's say
whole team.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Or Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
Did I say it right? Why did I think that was so wrong?
Mahomes?
Mahomes.
got it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
For whatever the Patrick part kind of fucked me
Oh,
up.
okay.
But
The white part of it fucked me up.
yeah. It's the guy who was
He's half
MVP.
white, right?
MVP
No,
is-
no, but like
yes,
the white part of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, you're right. I thought for whatever reason, I won't even
Patrick
go there.
wrong?
I won't even go there. It was Deshaun Mahomes. I would have nailed it, right? But there's no sport where the president and Roger Goodell. I mean, if Roger Goodell did that, what would have happened?
I mean, with
Probably
where the
nothing,
NFL's at, I think they would have found a way to release him of his duties.
They would have been done with it.
Yeah.
What's the guy with the NBA?
Stern.
Stern.
Or no, it's not Stern. Holy shit.
Is that a tall guy with the glasses?
Stern's the old one. Oh my god. Yeah, but yep.
WWE.
Vince. Well,
Vince
Same
was there.
same thing though.
He was gone and then he was back.
Did
Same
he sell
thing
it?
though.
He sold it, didn't he?
no, not
Well,
yet.
he's
No, but same thing, the same
Yeah.
format,
Yeah.
right? The biggest name,
Yeah.
where everybody's like, I know that guy, right?
yeah.
You could tell me, yeah, I know who Dana White is, I know who Joe Rogan is, and I know who Connor. Tell me another guy that's fighting for
Yeah.
the UFC, and the guy off the street's like, I don't fucking
I don't know. Yeah.
right? So it's very interesting to say we're going to cut ties with this, especially being involved with Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Disney is
That was the thing that was so crazy because, like,
the most
I mean, it's
woke
Disney,
shit ever, right?
ESP, like, it's like, how do they figure this out? You know, because there is somebody who he has to answer to, not at UFC by any means.
So you know how you
But
fix
Disney.
that? You know how you fix that? You hide it. You know how you hide that? You bring back Connor. You bring back John Jones. And you pay those motherfuckers like
shitload.
there's no tomorrow where
Yeah.
they're like, absolutely, I'm in. You put on that last card, arguably one of the best cards between Makachev and Volkanovski. One of the best cards for not only hardcores.
Makachev didn't win, by the way.
He didn't win. But you hide it. And that's the way. In 6 months from now,
Yeah.
we won't even talk about it.
Yeah.
Do I agree with it? No.
Right.
But who else are you going to put in that spot?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody. Mick Maynard, the next guy in line?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Would Joe ever? Well, Joe's too busy doing
Wants
other
nothing
shit.
to do with it.
Yeah.
He's on the verge of saying, I'm done
Yeah.
commentating. That's why he never leaves the States.
Does he just? Because I mean, obviously he's made enough money to live the rest
That's
of his
why
life.
that's why he's
Fine.
still around. You
But
want to
does
talk
he-
about he makes bank on podcasting? The UFC's like, let's pad your pockets.
But he also
man.
loves the sport.
Absolutely, he's a fan, right?
You think he makes more on the MMA side? Yeah.
Does he?
A year contracts, I'm sure it devours his contracts through Spotify.
Plus,
No
he has
doubt.
his own business. Plus, he has.
He has his hands in everything.
But
Yeah.
what's the
On it.
on it? And he's starting his comedy club.
Yeah.
Plus, he's comedy. He's stand up.
He's
He's not the funniest guy. Like, shout out to him for doing it, but it's like,
Yeah,
he's okay.
When he came
He's
here, we
okay.
went right. When we came
I
here,
wouldn't say he's
there
top
was,
10,
Yeah, but he's fine.
but
there was
he's
some parts when
he's
I
top
laughed my ass off.
7 or 8.
Yeah.
I would think right now.
You guys are big. This is totally off topic, but kind of in the same lane.
Can you hear that shit?
No, not through the.
Yeah, they should be good.
Okay.
You'll go out there in a moment and start your class. But
Trust me.
comedian-wise, you guys are big into comedy, right?
Yeah.
Give me your top 3. It can be all time.
I'll give you one from my era because I know you can't say comedy without saying Eddie Murphy, right?
Right.
But like to me, right now at this point, probably Mark Norman's number 1. I'm not into Bill Burr. So out of the ones that I know, and I know they're killing it, Mark Norman, Bert Kreischer. Bert Kreischer's doing
This is all time,
All
right?
time.
worst ever.
All time?
For me.
Okay. Okay.
Oops, sorry.
And it's going to be different for
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah, yeah.
And number 3. In fact, I would say Dave Chappelle, Mark Norman, Kreischer. Yeah.
Richard Pryor,
God, I fucking love Richard Pryor.
George Carlin,
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle. Those are my goats.
We're the same.
If we were to do the Mount Rushmore, it would go those 3, and I would for the last one I would probably throw in
Trey Lamb.
shout out to Trey.
Shout out to Keith Hubbs.
I go between the two of them because I am balls deep in Joe Rogan. I love and just because of who he is and,
Yeah.
and I'm to that level. But I would almost you guys are gonna castrate me. But as a young kid, I watched multiple specials where we recorded it on VCR, and I watched them over and over and over again. Louis Anderson.
Oh,
to
Louis
me,
was good.
Was one of the fucking greatest clean comics
Yeah.
back in the day. So that to me, that's my.
But also,
Mount
there's
Rushmore.
so many names, right? Like Louis
They're,
C.K.
they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Louis C.K.
But I've never been like I'm obsessed. I got to go see those. But if I could see Richard Pryor again, George Carlin, I mean
Those
George
are good ones, though.
Lopez.
Those are the good ones.
Lopez was good. I've seen. I saw Lopez live.
I saw him Lopez live.
I'm with you on Carlin, Chappelle, and Pryor, and I think the thing that separates them from a lot of comics is they would get into real life, and Chappelle does, right? But they would get into real life stuff, but make you laugh about it,
Yep.
but also have you thinking.
Yep.
They're above others. I saw early Kevin Hart, and he was fucking hilarious. Like, he was so good. Early Eddie Griffin, before he kind of lost his shit, was amazing. I had a year and a half or so where Dane Cook was
I
hilarious.
was thinking, I was like, who's that
prior
Dave
to
guy?
him doing starting to do movies.
that
He was
wave-
funny as
Yeah.
shit.
That wave of Dane Cook.
Yeah.
Oh, every college
His special on
student,
HBO. When I
bro.
watched it, I was like, "Oh my god!" dude,
Yeah,
it's
so that,
funny.
but yeah, mine is the exact same as yours. If I'm going to be honest, my dad had Carlin vinyls. I have them now, and you know one name that you can't say anymore.
Bill Cosby.
And Bill was so fucking
Bill
funny.
fucking Cosby, dude.
His Bill Cosby himself. I don't know how many times I watched that from like age of 6 until, all the crazy shit came out. But like he would talk about everyday stuff that's so funny and relatable as a dad.
yeah.
And now you're like, then you watch the specials about like what he did to women, and you're like, holy shit. Wow.
I still
Hey,
look,
he's gonna tour this
but
year
I
in case you want to
I
go.
still-
no,
I
he
still
isn't. He
look-
can't even see.
I still look outside of that stuff. It's like R. Kelly.
It's hard to
Are you gonna
separate-
turn the radio when R. Kelly comes on with a jam that you like,
they don't,
right?
They don't play R. Kelly anymore. But I'm not gonna lie,
Really?
like, no, hell no. You will not hear an R. Kelly
the
song
fuck, Dre?
anywhere. I don't even think.
Kind of
I used to end my sets when I was in the clubs with R. Kelly's Bump and Grind, at the end. And then all this stuff came out. Like, you knew he was kind of a weirdo with the stuff with Aaliyah.
Yeah, like he married Aaliyah, and
she
we
was
were
very
like,
young.
she's
it's
young,
okay.
but that song bangs. It was like, and nobody cared.
Yeah, and
Nowadays, it's like, well,
now,
we don't wanna
like,
hear it.
I don't... I mean, you could play some of his records back then. Now, you don't play it.
What'd she die in? A helicopter accident or a plane accident?
Airplane. It was like a smaller plane, yeah.
Richie Valens, man.
Huh?
What
Richie
is that with,
Valens.
the little planes?
You don't
miss
get
me
in a
with that
Cessna.
shit.
You
I'll
just
never be on
don't.
it.
You just don't.
Was it a helicopter? No, it's Lisa Left Eye was a helicopter, right? In Honduras,
A car.
It was a car accident.
was it?
Yeah.
She was the cutest out of that group,
Oh, I love Left Eye.
right? She was the
I
hottest.
love
too.
Chill. I loved all of them, but
Chill.
Left Eye was the one where, like,
Yeah.
she knew she was a little crazy. Burn down your shit, Andre Rising. but-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
burned out his house.
Aren't those the best ones, though?
I remember watching that at MTV.
My wife won't
I
burn down
remember
my house,
watching
I don't
that.
think.
I remember watching that in Behind the Music. Is it HBO? No,
VH1.
VH1 Behind the Music. Yeah.
You're getting blown up over there, bro.
I know. It's just
Can you not turn the light off in recordings, or is that
the light off?
the light that flickers when your text goes off?
Hey, it's been 4 years.
I fucking almost
mean,
had a
it's
seizure
not
just
fucking-
now.
It's not good.
No,
last half
no.
hour.
My thing has this like when someone texts me,
Yeah.
it obviously goes off, so I look at it. But if in 2 minutes I haven't checked it, it'll do it again.
And you
So
can't
that's-
turn that off when you're recording.
Nobody sees it. Look, you can't even see my side of it now.
Cool, we can't even see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just on Lord
I
Longballs
will
over
push
here.
the camera farther, but I'm afraid, if Jack has to go take a shit, then I block him in there.
No, I can see myself now. Before, I was behind a little stop or pause sign right there.
Hey, it's okay. The only one that follows us is your friend, so he knows what you look like.
True. And he knows my voice. He knows I'm here. I told him I was coming. He was excited.
Hey, did you know who was going to win the Super Bowl?
I picked the wrong team.
Oh,
I
did
picked
you?
the Eagles.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because of how well their defense had played, how well their offensive line was, and yeah, I mean,
gonna blast us.
I guess you just can't.
I was going to blast
Yeah.
our ears. Listen.
I guess
His face off.
yeah, I discredited Patrick Mahomes. The Eagles defense couldn't get to him. That last call was what it was. But the Eagles had a number of chances. They played really shitty defense
Yeah.
in the second half. Enjoyed Rihanna's performance.
You did?
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I wanted her to bring somebody out.
See,
but
that's the thing. Like, I know I talked about it last episode. It's to me, it was a little slow. It's not that it was bad.
yeah.
it was okay.
The thing with her is
at
she
best.
just, like, I mean, obviously as a DJ, I know all the hits that she has.
Yeah.
But to see her do them back to back to back, I was like, fuck, she's got a lot of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish she would have brought somebody out. But it was cool. I liked it. The Super Bowl itself, first half, like, Eagles looked really good. And in that second half, their defense, like, I mean, the two plays where the Chiefs got touchdowns, they had guys in the flats, and you would have thought after the first one they would have known the Philly defense would have played up or done something differently.
Yeah.
But they didn't, so they don't really deserve to win that. Jalen Hurts looked great though, and I'm the furthest thing from an Eagles fan. I hate those motherfuckers, but I picked them to win.
By Aaron.
Huh?
What about Rodgers?
Rodgers? Well, he just came out of his darkness retreat, correct? Having his ayahuasca, and I'm not making fun of that. If that's what you want to do, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't think he comes back to the Packers.
You don't think so?
No, but I don't know what they do because they need to get him. I don't know, man. He's an interesting quarterback because I feel like he throws a lot of guys under the bus,
Yeah.
like kind of low key. And once they start playing well, it's like, okay, now you have what you want. He has two great running backs. He's got the receiver in Dobbs, and my boy Hoop, who's a huge Packers fan,
Yeah.
always sticks up for Rodgers. But yeah, I don't think he plays there next year. I don't, and I don't know if that means he's with the Jets. Who knows? I also don't know if Tom Brady's fully retired. I could see him going to Vegas.
You don't think so?
How do you leave the game like that? And he has nothing to go home to now. His broadcasting career isn't going to start. He already said it's not going to start until the next year.
But yeah, but I mean, it's not like he needs. Is he taking? I was gonna say, is he taking a shit? But it's not like he needs to.
Dang. After party's going to be crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking turn it. We're talking.
It smells like fucking tuna salad.
Oh,
We're talking about Aaron Rodgers, but
No, he just emerged from his
from darkness.
From his darkness.
retreatment.
shout out to him.
But also I just read today that Crosby
Steals and Nash.
Fuck
Classic.
was he's
Crosby.
yeah, Mason Crosby.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Who else? Cobb, and like all the like a bunch of people. They're becoming free agents this year.
Well, all those dudes are old as shit too. Like
Yeah.
Cobb is probably gonna be done. Kickers can play forever, but Mason
Yeah.
Crosby's old. You know what I'm saying? Football wise, he's old.
Yeah,
I just don't think Rodgers comes back to that. Like for what? Like you're gonna come back to that team if they're not gonna make improvements that you want, and then have the same type
what
of
does
thing.
he want?
I think he wants Devontae Adams, who's in Las Vegas.
Yeah, but why does this happen though?
What?
If you know you
Yeah, they
have
just got rid of what's his name? Raiders.
Derek.
Oh, Carr.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just-
that's what I.
just
That's
cut
what
Carr,
that-
right?
Before you came in, that's what I told him. Like
Oh, I'm
maybe he ends
sorry.
up in Vegas.
No, you're good. No, but why does that happen in football? And I've seen it happening to Aaron Rodgers, for example. Like he sees his guy, and then you see that chemistry that starts happening, and then boom, they get rid of him. And it seems like it's not the first time either.
Well, it was a financial thing, I think, with Green Bay. He got paid more money in Vegas. And he got to play with Carr, who he went to college with. And you would have thought those two would have. I don't know what the fuck happened with Carr this year.
Yeah.
He looked awful.
Yeah. Remember when Carr was fairly new on the Raiders, and every single Raider fan would have
Had the Carr.
the biggest fucking hard on for fucking Carr. This is the fuck. They will blow this guy, and now it's like fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, it was like
That's
there
sports, man.
was a period, this long period where it was Bo Jackson, right?
Yeah.
They dusted that shit off.
They'd have a
they
Tim
weren't
Brown
even
or
black
Jerry-
anymore. Their jerseys, they were almost like a light brown at
Yeah.
this point. They hadn't so long, and then Carr
Yeah.
came, right?
Well, don't
They
forget,
were all
they
the-
wore the fucking Jerry Rice jerseys for the 2 years he
Oh,
was
that's
there.
right. That's right.
They wore that
Yeah,
out, and
I
then they were
forgot
like,
about
"Oh,
that.
Carr."
Yo, you want to talk about a team that is like, well, what now? Talk about Tampa Bay.
Oh,
Yo, their quarterback threw 9 fucking passes all year, right? And then Tom Brady's all, peace, bitch.
yeah.
He says he doesn't think he's retired.
I don't think he's done.
You don't think so?
Because he's not. I told him he's not starting his broadcasting career. At the earliest he's starting it is next year. Oh. And I think there's
But it's
teams
not like
out
he
there.
needs the money though. That's what drives me nuts.
He doesn't, but when you do that for that long, how do you just say I'm done? And like I said, he has nothing to go home to. What is he going home to? Nothing.
That's a good fucking
He posted that awkward ass fucking pic
In
of
the
him in
beach,
underwear.
right?
No, underwear in front
it's
of a
underwear.
mirror, and I was like, I didn't even realize it was him.
Yeah.
It's like, why is this trending? And I was
Yeah,
like,
but his
that's
girlfriend is
Tom Brady.
hot as fuck though.
Well, of course she is. He's Tom fucking Brady.
You got that to live for. Just for a year while I fucking go and start talking. I don't know. Look at Peyton. Peyton has done Peyton does a fight companion of
Peyton
football.
was done though.
Yeah. But
Like his last 2
And
years
he actually-
in Denver,
he actually stayed away.
He was awful.
The only other guy in the world that has a fucking bigger forehead than fucking Angel is Peyton fucking Matt.
They got a big old dome too. Take the hat off. Let me see. Come on,
Just show him.
do it for the fuck. do-
Show him from the ground.
Oh, just shave it. That's what I did.
dude, every time I think about shaving it, someone says no. His aunt just told me, first of all, you're a sexy man, and don't shave it. He says, don't shave your hair.
First off, nicest gal in the world would
seems
never
like a-
tell you.
seems like
you
an
know,
angel.
You could have a fucking mole on the side of your fucking face. Oh, it's beautiful. That's your beauty mark.
Hey, listen, you tell yourself whatever you want to tell.
One thing you're not telling the people though is she's blind, correct?
Hey, don't talk about Emelina like that. motherfucker.
so beautiful.
No, but she was like, don't cut your dreads. Leave them. It's like, but then this happens.
Yeah.
The ones who love you the most are the most honest, my friend.
I want to try to look out for you. You know, I've been shaving my head since age 20.
Hey, these mimosas you got, they're not
Good,
too
huh?
bad, huh?
Yeah, I told you.
Anyway, well, should we get out of here?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just want to take a shit or what?
No, so the bathroom was, of course, it was occupied. There's
Yeah.
there's 100 women over there. This one's occupied, so I had to go to the men's
Well, we
room.
definitely gotta
'cause
get
I
out
knew
of
I
here.
had to get in there. And remind me when we're done with this. I had a conversation with an individual from the fucking building.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Out there?
Yeah, I
Man,
know.
you get a lot happening in that.
The one?
yeah.
Oh, good thing he's here. All right, Will, where can they find you? Where can they find this
Yes.
these broken hoodies?
Oh my God. Okay, well, the hoodies are very, very low in stock. If you want one, you can hit me up on Twitter at DJ Will Wonder. You can follow the podcast on Instagram at the Will Wonder Pod. Go to YouTube, subscribe. Just search the Will Wonder Pod. There I will be. Subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Trying to get up to these guys' numbers. Yeah, that's about everything.
This motherfucker.
What? I have 40 subscribers right now. I need more. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's
Oh, you're on the wrong podcast.
yeah. You need to go to the right podcast.
All
for that.
4 of you, please, for the love of minus Birdo, because I know you're already and me because I watch it. Okay, the 2 of you that are watching
Yeah,
this.
unfortunately, the other ones are you, Dre, Beans and Rice,
And me.
and Angel.
Angel's mother,
he's
would
not
you
even a
please?
fan.
Yeah,
I don't even watch the shit.
Yeah, I come here and talk and leave.
Jack Alana, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Jack Burger Design, and then you can find my links to my website in my bio.
That's right. We're putting all these. By the way, we're putting all these links in the episodes. I know we're late on that game, but we are nowadays. So
Good for you.
you can catch me Angel Severa on Instagram and Angel Severa on Facebook.
You still use Facebook?
That's it.
That's
It's
it.
there.
It's it, huh?
What about your Tinder or Farmers Only, Dreads Only?
Farmers Only is only for
Feet
white
only.
people. Though. You should know this.
Oh.
Girls, send me your feet pics.
No Spanish laughs.
No,
fucking
Spanish laughs on Instagram.
Rest in
and
peace.
No hablo de español on YouTube. What'd you say?
Rest in peace.
For all I know, he's got like the leg tiger to want to teach him Spanish.
That's Spanish you can use here.
Spanish you can use here.
Not your fucking correct thing.
Dre's all, yo, I got this new thing. Go to FrenchLaughs.com.
Go to Homie Laughs. Look how he's quiet. He's shut down. Dude. He's like, no, I can't say anything. Go
I didn't hear the last one.
ahead, long
Lord
balls.
underscore long balls with a Z on the gram. I'm gonna change it one of these days.
I
I've
keep
got
hearing
to.
you say that.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Share, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Go follow Will and everything he's got in his glory. Thank you for coming.
Thank you guys.
Finally, we were able to lock you down. I
Yes.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I try to give you so much time because last time you were like, yeah, you motherfuckers never booked people before. And now I gave you 2 weeks in advance. And
You did great.
And you got sicky.
I can't control that. So.
Yeah, you can.
Yo, if you were ever excited about something that's coming up, tune in next week. We have the biggest guest we're ever going to have on this podcast.
Holy shit.
It is huge.
You tell me after?
For our
Tell me after,
4-year,
right?
Yeah, we'll tell you.
Okay.
For our 4-year anniversary,
Wait, I don't fucking know what the fuck he's talking about.
tune in then and tell your friends about it. You won't even believe what's going on.
Spoiler alert,
Until
Joanna
next
and
time.
Chip Gaines.
Take care of yourselves out there. Bring Justin Simmons to the MMA fights, and we will see you on the other side of the Beehive.
Peace.
No, there ain't nobody else. Leave that in.
I thought you.